Oh, you don't want to swap saliva?
Well,
I thought we were both paused up.
I don't want to drink 2 bubblies.
I
That's
at least
my
am.
problem.
I know that. Paused right up over here.
I know what you're saying, and I'm not going to
I'm
say
paused
anything.
right up.
I get you. I hear it.
With AIDS.
Yes.
All right?
Yep. No, I knew what you were saying.
For those of you who aren't familiar with the lingo. Grindhouse Movie Club.
Hey you, Twisted Transistor. My favorite.
That's your favorite Korn song? Twisted Transistor?
Yeah.
Like the official time where one could say they fell down the tubes musically? That whole process, that whole sequence of events that led to those albums? Like Meth and Finding Jesus?
Sorry. Okay, fine. My favorite Korn song is now Twist.
Yep, that's the one. That's the best one.
Okay,
Because
great.
it's just mouth noises. It's just mouth noises.
All right, Kat, if you could get your asshole out of my face, I'd like to start the podcast, please. Just doing that thing where her back twitches.
Oh, yeah. Cats, man. Weird little guys. Now, you're going to get up on that table, and you're going to rub up against the mic stand. That's probably going to get picked up, if I were to guess.
It might.
The vibrations.
I'd probably prefer it didn't. Hey, Grim, you want to get in a different... Just go. Just go somewhere else. Hey.
Don't look at me.
It's because I let her get up on this all the time. Go. Get. Okay, that
works.
It's fine. That's fine.
Hang out by the books. Hang out by the library. You got a card for her?
No.
Oh, you don't. It's just free use in there.
It isn't. Is she in there reading?
I mean, she's skimming.
It's $5 for the library card, I think.
They're free.
Are they?
They've been free forever. The whole point is to encourage people to use a library. Nature's museum.
What's the point of the card then, if it's free?
That's how they track what books get taken out and put back.
Well, if I
Inventory systems.
if I bring a backpack in, you're not gonna be able to track shit.
No, that's true. You just walk right out.
Yeah.
You probably could just walk right out. I don't think they have any like barcode scanners or like the metal detectors at the door or anything.
Well, they probably have a metal detector for like...
Well, guns for people coming in?
It's America.
Yeah, fine. I mean, it's not where we are, but...
Hey. Welcome to the podcast. I don't know when it started. Honestly, I have no idea.
Pretty much as soon as I started swearing.
We've been here. Just I don't know.
Living, man.
We've been waiting for it to start. Where have you been?
Yeah, exactly.
Listening at home?
At the gym?
Shh.
Yeah, how's that heavy bag?
You've only got 2 places to be, home or the gym.
Yeah, that's every 22-year-old on Earth.
Yeah, that's and that's like the like our podcast, the niche market we aim for is people who go to the gym.
People who go to the gym for hours.
Yeah, muscle bros. Let's muscle up.
What's the female equivalent to a muscle bra? Because they wear them?
Sure they do.
I'm
sure they do. I don't know. I don't know.
Because juggalos have juggalettes. You know?
Yeah, of course they do. And they also have...
I mean, a muscle bro, the female is a muscleette?
I like that. I like that better than a muscle gal or whatever you were saying before. Now, on the topic of juggalos.
Yeah, okay.
Something I know way more about than the gym, unfortunately. Now, they like Faygo.
They love their Faygo.
I know that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Violent J?
That's right.
Good.
That's what I call my wiener.
Nice.
You got J and then you get Violent J.
I've never met Violent J.
Well, you're awake.
So we were talking about we're talking about the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, the Insane Clowns and their ragtag posse, their motley crew.
Oh boy, we were talking about the library.
Yeah, it turns into that. I bet you can find some very interesting. Just go to the Dewey Decimal System under clown.
We had a nice river going, and then you just kind of chucked a rock into there.
Well,
splashed it up.
Call me the Beaver.
Shame on you. Shame. I'm gonna take to doing that now.
Well, that's fine. I've noticed that
treating
now.
You like an animal.
I've been noticing a trend with the hitting me with your book.
Well, yeah. You be careful I don't rub your nose in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, who says I wouldn't like that?
All right. Well, I love the Insane Clown Posse. That's what I wanted to say that. They're hilarious.
They are hilarious, and they have a good sense of humor about themselves, which goes a long way when you look like that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
If they were dead serious, it would be upsetting.
I saw them on I think the Steve-O podcast, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't tour in the winter because the Faygo gets too cold and they can't throw it at people." So I honestly think that might be true.
It's probably a trial and very much error process to find out that chucking a brick of ice at somebody might do some damage.
Oh, there's a technique to it.
Fuck. Yeah, you put a little spin on her. What do they call it? Football? A spiral.
Oh, I was gonna say a little Spanish. Put a little Spanish.
Well,
on it.
yeah, English or Spanish, whichever language you want, really. Put a little Norwegian on it.
That's where you just throw it like a frisbee and
you lather it in dead fish.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club.
I'll also be racist against white people. I don't care.
Hey, man. Okay.
You gotta balance it, you know.
I'm not gonna sit here and say no.
No, you wouldn't be able to.
No, I really don't, and I don't want to, and I'm not going to. But hey, man, welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew, for the intro song.
Yep.
I apologize once again, Andrew, for your intro song, "Lathering the Tube," down which we slide. In the sense that this movie sucks.
Now,
and there have been quite a few times now where the movie has sucked.
I have to absolutely agree with you. In the way that the movie did suck, just by the way it was.
Yeah, the way that the movie was bad.
When I saw that the movie was 2 hours long, I said, this is going to suck.
You just knew. You saw that runtime. You're like, no Scream movie. Scream 3, by the way. No Scream movie needs to be 2 hours in length.
No, really it doesn't.
And it makes you wonder, it calls into question, what did they do to justify that runtime? Well, not much is the answer. A lot of running around reading paperwork and talking to inconsequential people for no reason.
This movie was more of a detective film.
Yeah, there's less Ghostface in this movie than holy shit. The scene with the most Ghostface is just like fucking New Nightmare, where it's just a bunch of costumes hanging up on a rack.
Wes Craven's got a thing. He's got a lot of things. He's first of all, he's got tipping furniture over.
Loves that.
Onto the villain.
Loves that. Kicking the villain right in the face.
He loves that, and he also loves like the 1940s one all the way to the heel nighty. That is
the grandma's nighty for winter time.
You can't have a film without somebody like either going to bed, waking up, or wandering out of the house in a nighty.
That's true. In this movie, it's Courtney Cox right at the end.
It's Courtney Cox right at the end. It's also a dead mother.
It's also that.
Just in the yard.
Yeah. That's another thing that he fucking likes, is having people in their body bag sheets walking around still. You know it's a Wes Craven movie when somebody whispers at you from behind a translucent sheet. About coming home.
A lot of whispering. You know, it's a Wes Craven film when it's kind of fantastic. You know, it's got a little imagination in there. He sprinkles it in there.
I thought you meant fantastic as in good.
No, I meant like Wishmaster.
Dude, I need you to know. I need you to know that Wishmaster is going to end up on this podcast for sure.
Oh, it has to.
I've been waiting and waiting.
It's always
it's been in the back of my head like 7-8 times now.
I don't know what it's about. I just saw Wishmaster today, and I was like, ha, that's going to be a dumb film.
It's, you know how in Hellraiser they have the box and you solve the puzzle and the fucking guys come out?
Yeah.
It's like that, except he grants wishes, but he's like that vindictive genie that it's like, yeah, I want $1 million. Okay, you get $1 million, but it's in pennies at the bottom of the ocean. Like some bullshit like that.
Well, how are you supposed to get
He's like a monkey's paw. It always comes with some bullshit.
Okay, well, I'm kind of in.
Oh, yeah. No, they're good. And, like, he's got dumb one-liners, too. He's a demon.
I would like to see a horror page master. I feel like if Wes Craven wasn't dead, that would be something he would do.
There was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the actual page master. If you watched it young enough, it would be a little bit frightening.
I thought the page master was about, like, books that come get you.
It is, in a way.
Okay.
Macaulay Culkin takes shelter from a lightning storm in a library. And
what a fucking nerd.
Oh yeah, right. That's the first place he goes. His whole character is like he's got His answer for everything is a stat of some kind.
Oh my god.
His dad's trying to build him a fucking treehouse. He's just like, 30% of accidents at the home happen in trees.
So
I don't know if I like. His dad's just like, will you shut the fuck up and hand me the hammer, please?
You autistic little.
Holy shit. He's got the huge glasses, too,
Oh.
He rides a bike with a fucking giant light on the front and the high-vis, fucking riot shield and a flag. You tell me that somebody with all of their mental faculties needs that.
I remember that exactly.
Holy shit.
I do remember that. And then it turns into a cartoon.
Yeah. So the ceiling starts to melt because of, I can only assume shoddy architecture. And he gets sucked
acid.
into the paint, and a bunch of books fall off of the shelves, and they become guides.
Oh.
Through this cartoon wasteland.
Guides?
3 different kinds: fantasy, adventure, and horror.
Oh.
The adventure one's a pirate.
Oh.
But he's like a sad, woe is me, self-pitying. He's like Eeyore of pirates.
And here I thought it was like already a creepy movie. I thought it was like a Crypt Keeper kind of thing.
No,
it's not.
Although
this is a kid's movie, isn't it?
It's got what's his fucking name I can never remember from Back to the Future, Oldman Doc.
Oh yes,
it's Christopher something. Yep, I don't know either. But he's the librarian, and he's the creepiest character in the whole movie.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, because he just fucking traipses around his library by himself, sneaking up on children and whispering at them about library cards.
I almost said Christopher Reeves.
That's a different Christopher.
Just bumping into tables and having a tracheotomy and just not being able to do anything.
Come to the library.
Nah, he can't even do that. He's got a...
I don't like that you made that noise when you did that.
Well, he fell off a fucking horse.
He sure did.
And he was Superman.
I had a friend in elementary school who fell off a horse and broke his hip. The horse landed on him.
You're fucking lucky you didn't get Christopher Reeved.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like Stephen Hawking, but not. He doesn't have anything to say about black holes. He's just like, I was Superman one time.
Yeah. Well, you'd think Superman would have a thing or two to say about black holes. He's in outer space and shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't care for the films, Jay. I don't know. All I know is that he didn't have a good go at riding a horse one time.
No, he had a very bad go of it. Don't ride horses. I feel like we're past this. Cars exist.
Yeah.
Guys.
There's really no need to keep... Can we just let horses go?
Off-road tires.
Just let them go.
Yeah, open the gate.
Mm-hmm. Just let them go. I want them to be like raccoons. I want them to just be like
Instead of a trash can, it's a dumpster, though.
Yeah, you just come out at night. What's that sound? Oh, it's a fucking horse. Run. Oh, my God.
Christ, this horse.
It's
the size of a Hummer.
It's a goddamn Clydesdale. Get the fuck out of here. They're
that
scary.
Kind specifically.
They're huge.
Yeah. I don't know what the breed of horses that I saw when I was at the coast were, but they were massive. It was like a fucking, like a 6x6, like double deuce. You know those old like war trucks to transport fucking infantry?
Yeah.
It was like that.
The old double deuce.
Massive.
Well, thanks, Andrew, for the theme song. I wanted to get off topic because I didn't want to be on topic, and that's just the way it is.
Scream 3.
Don't forget to go to grindhousemovie.club. That's our website.
Yeah.
I just really go there.
I mean, I said it a couple times, but it ended up being irrelevant.
Well, I'm saying like right now, click off of this, go there, listen to something else.
There's how many? 70 other options, and like 30 of them are better.
Something like that. I mean, even the first Scream was...
Yeah, sick movie by comparison.
It might have been long, but at least look, this movie...
It makes you wonder, like, who's this for? Because the people who like the original Scream, they're not going to like the absence of one-liners here. They're not going to like the absence of, like, character depth in a way where you can endear yourselves to some part of their personality.
They're also going to hate just the overall Lillardlessness of this film.
Excuse me?
There's no Matthew Lillard.
Oh, yeah. Well, he died.
Well, but, like, did I send you the TikTok where he's, like, talking about how he was supposed to be in this one?
I did. Yeah, I do vaguely remember that.
They were going to bring him back as the killer, and then...
Should have.
And it was, like, going to take place in a high school, and then Columbine happened.
Oh, yeah, then Columbine ruined everything. Like
So
9/11.
thanks, Columbine.
9/11 light.
Fucking right before 9/11, look.
Diet
Oh my
9/11.
God. Imagine if Scream had taken place on an airplane.
Oh, fuck.
That would have been ruined.
I wouldn't have to worry about snakes as much.
Well, anyway, so I feel like that's why this movie sucks, because
There's a couple reasons.
It would have been good, and
yeah.
now there's no Matthew Lillard.
Instead of Matthew Lillard.
I don't even want it. No, thank you. Instead,
there's no instead.
There's no Coke, only Pepsi. All right, water.
What?
Thanks.
No, we get fucking David Arquette trying to solve the big case.
We get too much David Arquette.
For like an hour.
Too much David Arquette.
More David Arquette than his character has ever warranted.
We got so
He doesn't need to be the
much.
main.
No. No, he doesn't. No. Although we did get to see the Ripley's Museum, which was pretty cool.
Is that what that was?
Well, right at the beginning, it's like in the background.
Okay.
You didn't see it? I saw it.
No, because I was busy looking at fucking Cotton Weary's entitled mouth on the fucking car phone before he answers his cell phone while still on the car phone.
God, I hate Cotton, and
I could swear to you,
I'm so happy he wasn't in the rest of the fucking film.
I could swear that, and I could be wrong on this because it's been 23 fucking years. Think about that for a second.
No,
but I'm fairly certain that driving while talking on the phone was illegal in 2000. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Do believe, even though Y2K had just happened, still pretty illegal, yeah.
Like I would hope that they would learn from messing too much with technology.
Yeah, and like it's weird because they were like, yeah, well, don't talk on the phone, but there's a phone in there.
Yeah.
If you need it.
There's a phone built into the car.
Yeah, it's right there. It's
only for emergencies, though. Don't you dare touch it.
And
unless you're dead.
And like, how do you get a call on your car? That's got to be a separate phone number, right?
It is. Now you're juggling phone numbers. What if somebody calls you on the car and you're not driving?
Hey, millionaires on that grind, give me an email. Let me know. What phone, like, does your phone have a separate number when it goes directly to your car? Or is
it must.
It's like a call forwarding deal? It's like a pager?
It's like an extension, maybe.
Maybe.
Hey,
you've called me at the car. Right now, I'm cruising past some chicks with the top down. I'm a millionaire.
This is basically Cotton Weary's fucking attitude in this movie, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he's the goddamn worst.
The point of this movie is they're doing Stab 3, all right? And Stab is the story. It's essentially Scream,
Look,
all right?
I haven't seen the second movie.
I don't think it's mentioned. I think Scream 3, they skip right to Stab 3.
Okay, well, I just feel like there's a lot of characters I should know.
There are maybe a couple.
Okay, because I wrote a couple times, I didn't see the second. Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
No, I think there were a couple, but she just goes to college, so I don't know how much it had to do with movie sets and filmmaking at all. Maybe she heard that they were making a Stab, but I don't remember really all that well. Anyway, the point is, it's fucking Stab 3 time.
Because wink, wink.
Yeah, because we're in Scream 3 mode.
Wes Craven almost puts his eye out winking.
Oh my god. He almost sucks that eye into his skull with the force of those winks, the back siphonage. And Cotton is pissed because he got... Cotton Weary from the first movie is the one who was framed for the murder of Sidney Prescott's mother.
Cotton Weary's in the first movie?
Yeah, for a very brief period of time.
Was he a famous guy in that one too?
No.
I don't remember him.
Because he is in prison. So the only time you get to see him really is on television with the news coverage while they're questioning the conviction and everything. And then he gets released. And I think he's in it for 5 minutes at the end or something.
Huh.
But he's obviously leveraged that into a viable movie career because he's getting cameos in Stab movies now.
Well, yeah, and he's got a TV show called 100% Cotton, which is the only thing you should name anything when your name is Cotton.
To be honest, is it as dry as The Shirt?
I don't know.
The show, because...
Is it absorbent?
That sounds like a very boring television show.
And by the way, anytime I heard somebody use the word cotton as a name, I just that's King of the Hill. That's Hank's dad.
I think slavery. Now, Cotton on King of the Hill was racist against Asian people, if you'll remember. And also he was racist against having knees, but that was its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Cotton was, I don't know if you saw the movie Gran Torino.
Oh, yes. That was Cotton.
So Cotton is Gran Torino light.
Yeah, or short.
Have half.
Caught.
All right, so he's
Yeah.
Cotton's in
He's complaining because all he has in Stab 3 is a cameo, but that's all he deserves because he's an ex-con.
Yeah, and like who cares?
Also, yeah.
You've got a television show that's probably a lot like Jerry Springer. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
So he's on the phone bitching about that, and he gets a call on his cellular as well. And the cellular phone call is from a stranger who gets the wrong number, but immediately recognizes Cotton's voice and goes, I'm such a big fan.
I'm a slut for your voice.
Now, let me tell you something. I might be desperate and lonely, but I hang up. I hang up the phone right away. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because.
Why? Tell me why. I need to know.
The level of coincidence that would be required in order for somebody to accidentally dial my number, get me, and be in love with me is the same as getting struck by lightning on a spaceship. That shit don't happen.
Times have changed, Jay. A call like that these days would lead to your credit card information getting stolen.
100%. You guessed my name already? Oh, you probably already have my social insurance number just by hearing my voice.
You're somebody who wants to bang, and first we have to be. You want to see me? I just have to give you my credit card information to log into this website for my web camera. This
sounds like an incredibly personal story. Sounds like an experience you yourself had.
I just know how the game is played.
Yeah.
I just know how the game is played.
Oh, man. It's good thing I don't have one. My favorite thing about being called about my credit card either being in arrears or some, like, questionable charges on it, so they're trying to get the information, is, like, I'll string them along for, like, 30 seconds a minute, and then I'll be like, let me ask you something. Do you think that this issue would be impacted by the fact that I don't have a fucking credit card?
Oh no, we've got you.
We're good. We can get you one so that we can steal the information from it.
Here, we've already spent $3,000 on this one in your name. So
it's fine.
All I'm saying is like ask questions and then hit Google.
Yep.
Where do you live? Let me Google that street. Is there any houses on that street? There isn't.
Oh, that's weird. Is this is the dead center of an industrial waste dump?
So this is where they'll be finding my body right here. I go down Google.
There'll
I find
be a specific
woods.
drum.
Oh yeah, there will be. Just a dumpster. Not on fire yet, but
you give it a minute.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this fucking movie. 2000. It took place in 2000. It's before 9/11. You can do whatever you want.
Anyway, it takes all of 5 seconds for the fucking voice modulator. I'm gonna say a lot of things about this voice modulator.
Oh,
over the
this
course
non-existent fake.
That's right. That's very right. The way that you
thing?
the disappointment is palpable at this moment. So, oh shit, you're in the house with my girlfriend. She's in the shower. Now let me tell you something.
Oh wait, hold on. Before you go that far.
Yeah.
I believe they're like, hey, don't you have a girlfriend? He's like, well, no, why would I have a girlfriend?
So scumbag, naked chick at his house showering right now.
Yeah, and so carry on. I just wanted you to know that Cotton's a piece of shit.
No, that's fine. He's obviously very entitled, which I don't know where he's getting this entitlement from because he spent like 20 years in jail. It's that loose asshole. That must be it. He's just whistling constantly. You don't get that level of upbeatness without it.
That's why he's sitting down in the car and not standing up with that. He's got his top down. How could you not be standing up?
Screaming, I'm king of the world. Fucking voice. So, as we're on the phone with the killer, he walks into the shower and continues to talk about how hot this girlfriend is who's naked in the shower. Within 4 feet of the shower. All right.
It's a loud shower.
There's no way. There's
showering,
no fucking way. Let me tell you. I'll be in the shower,
Niagara Falls,
and I'll hear my roommate open a door far away from the bathroom. Let alone the squeakiest bathroom door in the entire mansion, which oil it.
Do you know why you hear that? Because you're naked. and whenever you're naked, you're on alert. Nobody is ever let me just be
losing
naked.
a sense. It just fucking amplifies all the rest of it. I don't have the sense of wearing clothes right now.
Oh, I'm just so comfortable being naked in this little box.
I have literally never said that in my life, nor will I ever.
Nobody has ever said that. Ever. Unless they were being paid to for a film.
Yeah. Even the Gimp of Pulp Fiction wasn't naked in the box.
Anyway, yeah. I also was like, how does she not hear the creepy voice?
The guy
going
like,
She's a pretty attractive lady.
I'm in the bathroom with your wife. Like, yeah, there's boots, like footsteps.
He's wearing steel-toe
linoleum.
boots the whole fucking movie. Those are loud. Take it from me.
Oh my god.
So that's dumb.
Dumb as hell.
So he fucking bombs home. Now, there's a quick slow zoom in on the phone line to the house because he's trying to reach his girlfriend while he's driving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been cut. Now, I noticed.
It's been cut with vigor.
Yeah. I noticed, however, that he cut it right at the box where you could have just unplugged the cable. So you're just a dick.
Oh.
Not only am I going to kill you, but whoever gets this house next has got to deal with a lot of waiting around between the hours of 5 a.m. and 5 p.m.
A lot of cable rerouting throughout the fucking house because you can tell that runs along the baseboard.
Oh, it does, too, yeah.
Just have it installed on the...
Unless you can splice that shit and reconnect it, you're ripping out so many of those tiny staples.
Oh my god. He cut it so good that it like ripped up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed
It was
that.
just frayed upward.
Oh my god, it was...
He didn't want anybody to be able to talk on the phone for a decade in that house.
I imagine they left it like in a loop up like that just in case somebody needed to cut it.
Yeah.
Just like, you never
That would
know.
be a smart thing to do, I think.
Either way.
Electricians take heed.
I did notice that it was right at the box. He was a dick. A dick.
When fucking... I called her Maureen, that's not her name. When her girlfriend gets out of the fucking shower... Ghostface is doing that thing from The Strangers where he fucks with the music. But all he does is just put on Creed. Just blasting Creed.
That was Creed?
It was.
I thought it was just some shitty garbage music that somebody made up for the movie.
Christian Pearl Jam.
I feel like they were like, hey, what we need is something loud. Not too heavy, though. Don't get too intense with it.
Mm-hmm. I want
Make it about God.
Make it about Jesus. The song is called What If, actually. It's off the album Human Clay, and I know this was one of us. All right.
Anyway, yeah, Human Clay is a great one. I remember that being in... oh, I guess this is in 2000. I was in public school in the year 2000,
Yeah.
so... Never mind. I was going to say it's just an old-ass... It's an old movie. It's an old fucking film.
It is.
It's a film.
2.5 decades.
Damn.
How's that? I made you think about it just then. How'd that feel? Fuck yeah. Lots happened.
Man, I remember the year 2000.
Do you not at all? Because I certainly do not at all.
Oh, I do. I remember 1999, December the 29th or 31st.
Well, 31st.
Whatever it was. I don't fucking know that. I was 9. I was 9. And I was trying to watch, it was either George of the Jungle or Tarzan. I can't remember.
Okay.
Whatever movie came out that year was the one I was watching.
Was it Brendan Fraser or was it the cartoon?
I believe it was a cartoon.
Okay.
It was
Probably Tarzan
It's
then.
probably Tarzan. Or unless...
Because George of the Jungle was the Brendan Fraser.
Was there another Jungle Man movie that came out as well?
Jumanji.
But it might have been a cartoon. I don't know.
I mean, there was a bunch, like Road to El Dorado, like...
You know what? Let's say it's Tarzan because it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
I just remember the power went out and I was like, well, there's no more. That's it.
I guess I was listening to Creed's Human Clay.
Pump that, Mom.
I used to listen to that show. I played fucking Tony Hawk, Sean, and what's his name? Sean Palmer's pro snowboarder.
I'm sorry you played both of those games.
Oh, fantastic games.
Or sorry, I guess just one of those games.
You should have played Sean Palmer, dude. It was good.
Nah,
You thought the Tony Hawk cheat codes were good? Tiny man, big head mode.
It was 1080 or nothing when it came to snowboarding.
Yeah, I had a hard time with 1080.
1080. That brought back memories for
Any
people.
game where you have to hit a button to land can fuck right off. Never figured that out.
Badass soundtrack on that game.
So he attacks fucking Cotton's girlfriend. See, the thing is, it sounds like I'm skimming over shit, but this is just how, like, there's nothing in between these things happening.
No, what's in between this is we get shots of L.A.
Yeah.
Just nice shots. Just it's shots of Cotton like ripping through town.
Yeah.
But just so you know, they're in L.A. There's the Capitol Records building.
Great.
And then he blows by the Ripley's Museum.
As somebody who has no idea what LA looks like, this is not familiar to me at all.
I just can't believe he didn't stop and go, well, hold up. How much are tickets?
He didn't even stop for cars.
You guys got that big rubber ball in there? Made of rubber bands? You got the big rubber band ball in there?
My girlfriend's getting attacked, but I want to see that giant ball of granite suspended by only water.
Yeah, let me try and roll that big old magnet ball.
You can roll the fuck out of that thing. It's great.
You guys got that brick of gold that you can't pick up? Let me try that.
Yeah, turn it upside down so I can pick it up easily. That's the whole trick.
I'm pretty sure all that goes on in the Ripley's Museum. I don't know. I never went.
I just want to see people pierce their faces like live. If I go to the Ripley's Museum.
I think you have to go to a freak show.
Yeah. Well, the Ripley's Museum should be that.
It really ought to.
Fuck.
All right. So I wrote here, I don't know much about driving, but he ought not to drive at oncoming traffic.
He does that. He just slams into cars. He almost hits like somebody with a shopping cart. And then when he gets into the house, there's a news story about road rage or some shit like that.
Bastard.
You know?
And then there's like a slow, like, there's like one of these shots where you're like, oh, this is the POV of somebody sneaking up on somebody not looking.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't.
The one where I wanted to say they ripped it off from The Ring, but unfortunately The Ring came later, where she's walking down the hallway with wet footprints.
No, but I did notice that she was soaking wet after drying herself off.
Soaking wet and still naked. Despite the fact that somebody had put on music in your house and you're not 100% sure who it is.
Well, hey.
Taking liberties. Now, with that being said, somebody breaks into my house, I'm getting naked right away. And I will crouch in a corner and beat off while shitting. You gotta make yourself seem crazier than they are.
It's true, I guess. But I hope they don't have a gun.
To fucking shoot me.
I feel like shit doesn't beat bullets.
I gotta live the rest of my life knowing that somebody saw me like that. Fine, kill me then.
All right, don't mind if I do. So yeah, she turns the music off, and then I don't know. She kind of assumes that Cotton is home and fucking with her.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't like your stab game. So I guess Cotton gets one cameo in a movie.
Cameo in a trilogy sequel.
Spends the month just terrorizing his girlfriend with a knife.
Like Jared Leto on the set of Suicide Squad, leaving rats in the bathtub and shit.
Oh my god. So,
she's sick of it.
Yeah, she's way done. She's like, I'm done with your games. What's happening? And
I find it a little weird for the guy who was convicted of the murders to be like, I'm gonna dress up like Ghostface and pretend I'm him to you at night.
Did I do it? Did I not do it? I went to jail. Well, I feel like you can't go to jail for the same. It's like double jeopardy.
Yeah, double jeopardy. That's right.
All right. I had a feeling you didn't know how double jeopardy worked.
Oh no, I do. What is double jeopardy?
I didn't fucking know.
Oh,
I was really hoping
you can't be retried for something that you're acquitted of. That's the whole thing.
So, yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be a revolving door of like, this person got acquitted of murder. How about we charge them for murder just right now?
What does any of that have to do with phrasing your answer as a question? I don't. What the? I
don't know why they called that show that. It doesn't make sense.
Nothing was in
What
jeopardy.
are the stakes?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a trivia show where people win money.
The only stakes are the ones Alex Trebek put in his mouth. I don't know if he likes steaks. He died.
Well, yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's medium rare now.
So here we are. This Cotton's voice coming through the door.
You'll never believe what happened today. And because you don't get to see Cotton's face, that it's just fucking Ghostface with the voice thing.
Yeah, I'm home. Are you okay? Well, first of all, how would he know you were in trouble? You should probably think before you... Anyway, so yeah, it's Ghostface. Here he comes up the stairs. Yeah. Oh, you slipped because you're soaking wet? Well, that's what you get.
That is what you get for not drying your feetsies before you walk on the hardwood.
You know what Ghostface gets?
A kick in his ghost face.
Yeah, like he startled the horse.
Why the fuck every single person that Ghostface attacks kicks him in his face? He's got to have a motorcycle helmet on underneath that fucking mask.
It's all just lumps.
Yeah.
His whole head is protected by
fucking,
a human flesh pad of lumps.
He looks like the Elephant Man under there forever. His nose is in the back of his head.
His face is swollen to the point where it's formed into the mass.
Those are calcified now.
Oh, please don't kick me. No. So that's
chases her into the fucking study and plunges the knife through a non-balsa wood door. Now, have you ever tried to stab a knife through an actual wooden door?
no.
You know that shit'll break off and probably bounce back and hit you in the eye.
Oh yeah, I would be afraid that the knife would stop, but my hand would keep going.
Oh yeah,
you know?
That's probably more so what would happen. But he gets fucking 5-6 real good holes in there, right in the 10 ring, and I was pissed. I was pissed already.
Oh, well.
Before that, tries to do the whole cotton voice thing again, but then he can't commit to it, so he's not all that. Oh, it's me. Can you just open the door? Just kidding. I want to see your insides. And, okay, well then I'm not gonna open the door.
I'm actually gonna lock this extra chain lock now. Thank you.
Right. Right.
So he gets home and he's like, I'm here.
Me. How come there's holes in the door up here?
Yeah,
You'd probably let me in,
this
huh?
about?
Now, the lack of communication here is really what spells the downfall for these two individuals. His girlfriend is hiding in the closet, and obviously she doesn't trust that it's him because we've already been tricked once.
Well, yeah, because her previous conversation was like, I don't like your game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, the game is me ripping your guts out.
Yeah. So that apparently, we're just going to scrub away years of trusting relationship and no longer believe that he is not a murderer because somebody said that on the other side of the door. Somebody who you touched with your hands. So costume or not, probably like the general frame of your boyfriend.
You would hope.
If I grabbed you and then I grabbed my grandmother, I'd be able to tell the difference in the dark.
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would really hope so.
So, you'd think that you'd immediately recognize that it wasn't cotton underneath that fucking mask, but no, we're going to give his psychosis the benefit of the doubt.
We're actually going to tee off on his face the second we get a chance to.
With a fire poker, real good, too.
Oh, no, it's a golf club.
Well, oh, yeah, he's got the fire poker.
Yeah, I thought they both had fire pokers, and I was like, wow.
That's one too many for a house.
Did Wes Craven just watch, I don't know, any Friday the 13th movie where...
He watched The Staircase.
There's always fire... Is there a lot of fire pokers in this? I've never seen The Staircase.
It's a documentary about
I've seen
Michael
The
Peterson,
Staircase.
and that's the whole thing, the blow poke.
I figured it was a movie about a guy who killed people with...
There is a Staircase movie now, or miniseries.
Of course there is.
And it could go fuck itself,
Oh,
because you know who Mike Peterson is? Fucking Colin Firth. The King's Speech. I. Kingsman of the Secret Service.
I don't know.
He's in some other stuff. God damn it.
I don't know. What? Did he do a voice on Family Guy?
He may have. It would be like a James Woods-esque character. Well, it's not actually him, but like he's just in there for a second. Like Patrick Stewart when he shows up.
We'll do some research.
Maybe. Yeah.
I might know who we're talking about if so. If not, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris D'Elia for that King's Speech impression, by the way. I stole that right from him because all he does is groom children.
Well, yeah.
You gotta, No,
I mean, like, yes, steal from the child groomer.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you don't gotta. You fucking what the
well,
fuck?
yeah, of course he does.
Jesus Christ.
Who else are they for?
So after like a tense hallway scene, we get him coming in through the room, and he's like, "Well, where are you?" And she
pops out of the closet like a jack in the box.
Yeah, clicks him on the forehead with a golf club, and as he's like, "Hey, wait, there's a Ghostface behind you," she gets him because she doesn't listen.
Yeah, how like a woman.
Very clear.
Yeah,
very clear. He said, "Look out behind you."
Which I would listen to that immediately, regardless. A crackhead could tell me that. Matter of fact, I'd listen more.
You know what? I wouldn't trust a crackhead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're telling me to look up at me so what? So you can steal my wallet when I turn around?
Oh no, you just do a quick snapback though, like an owl.
Oh yeah.
And you don't take your eyes off the crackhead long enough for him to take more than 2 steps.
Oh, so you do like a chameleon thing where you step to the side and you keep one eye on the crackhead.
The thing about crackheads though is that when they tell the truth, it's fucking the realest truth. So if somebody says, "Look behind me," and they just smoked a bowl of crack or a pipe, however you do that, I would lend there'd be some credence. Like, is there something worse than you behind me?
Well, see, the thing is like, well, what does he think is bad? A soap and a sponge? Like, what am I looking out for? A gentle breeze? Oh, no.
Financial stability?
Ah, shit. Oh, no. Responsible decisions.
Darn. I do dislike those.
Well, you might be a crackhead.
So I forgot that in Scream movies, you can essentially bank on the first one or two characters dying right away. So when I was watching this, I was like, ooh, do they survive or don't they? And then they both get fucking killed immediately. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a Scream movie.
Yep, they don't matter.
At all. So the entire intro scene is sort of inconsequential. All of that we know, and actually, might be a little bit important for later. Ghostface's voice modulator in this movie has supernatural powers. Because it can take the voices from people he's never met and people who are dead and replicate those.
Yeah. Well, did you not pay attention to some guy when they popped some fucking tape in? There was some guy popped up, and I'm like, who's this guy? And he starts going off about how he fucked some girl in the porno place when he was at work, and then he's like, oh, wait, by the way, if this is a trilogy, he's gonna have supernatural powers.
Oh, I want you to know that that's fucking Randy from the first movie.
Okay, I don't remember.
The guy who told you the rules about being in a horror movie.
Yeah.
See, I really like that they killed him in the second one, and then they brought him back on VHS tape to tug on the heartstrings of people who actually enjoyed that part of the first movie. Because it's a little bit like cheeky and inside in the first one, and by the third, Randy explaining to you how the movie is going to go halfway through the movie is kind of like having your hand held the whole time. Like, I can't make any decisions or interpretations for myself. I have a mush brain. My brain is noodles and ramen, specifically ramen noodles, and not enough broth.
What? First of all, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But what I really liked was when partway through they were like, hey, remember what Randy said? Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
Hey, remember that thing that Randy said that we won't say?
Like they had shot bullets at him, like at Ghostface, and I was like, well, how the fuck did he not die? And then later on, they're like, well, remember Randy said he would be supernatural?
Oh yeah. And
then later they riddle him with bullets, and they're like, well, just shoot him in the head.
Yeah. So they learned nothing. Basically, they learned nothing.
Well, they learned
three separate times they try to hit him with bullets and not the head.
Well, they just had to remember what Randy said.
Yeah, well, they don't do that.
Anyway, I don't remember Randy from the first one, and that's probably because we've watched 40 to 50. I don't know.
He's the video store guy.
Yeah, I got that when he said he fucked creepy Carlito or whatever the fuck her name is in the porno section. Why does it take two people to stock a porno section?
Carlito had her way in the porno section.
Only two people go into the porno section to fuck. That's the only reason you go into the porno section two at a time.
That's right.
Nobody ever goes in the porno section, sees another person, and goes, well, I'll keep browsing.
Yeah. No, you need a minute?
They go, oh, God, I'm sorry. Like they just walked in on them fucking their wives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the spirit is the same, you know?
Or boyfriends or husbands or whatever. You don't know who's... It's a big section. There's a lot of categories.
Yeah. Some of them gross. This movie, though...
I was going to say, you ever go back in there? You ever pop in one of those sections?
I have... Now, I've been in an adult store, and it's not really a section so much as it is the store.
Well, yeah, it's celebrated at those stores.
But there's no, like... I've never pulled back the curtain into the sticky area.
Yeah, you've never seen Through the Beads.
Through
the Beads. That's gonna be the name of my of like either my documentary. I don't know, my biography.
Through the Beads.
Through the Beads.
Were you going to Burning Man this year?
No, the beads are what prevents you from going into the adult section. They're the.
It's not the greatest door.
No, it's better than like a swinging saloon door.
I would prefer that because then you'd know when somebody was going in or out.
Well, you'd still know because you hear the beats.
You're right.
You hear the waterfall of shame.
Those are
as they dip through into the fucking. It's not even a back room. It's just shelves behind, and they positioned them so there's like a doorway.
That's right.
And boy, oh boy, there are some covers on those. They tell you what's going on right in the cover.
They do. There's always, however, like a star with a glow behind it, covering the part you want to see.
Well, yeah, you gotta pay money to see that. That's how they get
It's
you.
a star with a bright drop shadow.
They're always very bright covers.
They gotta catch the eye.
There's always just a couple where they're like parodies of actual films, and you're like, well, who is that for?
You've got male genitalia.
Like, are people buying these and like, hey guys, let's sit down and watch.
Let's watch the Tom Hanks version, and then we'll watch the Tim Honks version.
Tim Honks. Well, first we'll watch Ladder 514, and then we'll watch Dicks on Ladder 514.
Just not even clever at all. Not even clever.
It's like
Forrest Hump. Who's eating Gilbert Grape?
See, I wish it was these, but it's always like, this isn't the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Not your mother's Big Bang Theory.
Sheldon's dick is just out.
Yeah.
And Penny's like, well, that's a dick.
Yeah. He fucking smacks it in her face 3 times.
Penny. Penny. Oh, Penny.
There are 9 sphincters on the human body. How many can you name?
Let's see how many I can hit by going in this door. And well, it's her mouth, so at least one.
Yeah.
He's got a big one.
I don't know if lips and throat count as 2. I think probably just 1, though.
Well, I was thinking just like that hole. That, like, I've seen the Magic School Bus. I know it's there.
Yeah,
There's like a little mouth hole thing, and it like
esophageal opening. Yeah.
Does that, and it sucks children in school buses in.
Yeah. And there's always one kid who really doesn't want to be there.
And his name's Arnold.
It is.
And he's like, why don't I ever transfer? They know.
Why don't I take a sick day? I clearly have allergies.
Where are my parents, and why do they keep signing for these? Don't they read the forms?
I come home crying every Friday.
The forms are always like, we're getting up in Mikey's guts today. $10.
Well,
$10.
Today, Mom, we hopped on the bus and we went up a child's asshole.
Is this what I'm paying $10 for?
The teacher was driving.
It's admission to the boy. That's the troll toll.
Man. So they both fucking die, and who cares? Start Scream 3.
I forgot we were doing Scream 3.
Sidney Prescott now volunteers. Now I assume she gets paid because she has a house in the woods. But she volunteers on a women's crisis hotline. Mm-hmm. So chicks getting beaten up by their shitty alcoholic Kyle boyfriends call in and go, well, he did it again, and this time I have a wedding to go to. And she's just gotta take phone calls from strangers as if that's gone well for the majority of her life up to this point.
Are you just going to gloss over the fact that she has this super high-tech security system to keep Ghostface out?
Yeah.
Ghostfaces?
Well, it's an alarm system.
Yeah.
With a code.
Yeah. And where is it?
Well, inside the house?
Because there's one there, yeah.
Okay.
She definitely locks her wooden front gate with a code.
Oh, does she?
And there's also like a little
oh my god.
Little slide thing.
That's beautiful. The 3-foot high slatted wooden gate out front of her house?
I did see there was an electric line that runs across the top everywhere but the gate. Where you would either step over it or reach over and just pull the slat.
Just pull that right out. See, I didn't notice that because I was busy not caring about watching her walk her dog.
I was kind of writing down, and I was like, oh, okay, so she lives out in the middle of nowhere. What is she putting that code into?
She's got a gate.
Is that a wooden gate with an electronic lock?
She pretends that it's the fucking Playboy Mansion.
She's like, if Ghostface is out there, he's gonna see me do this, and he's gonna be like, whoa, how do I get over that gate?
How do I get over this waist-high wall? Jeez. Sure wish I was nimble in this cloak.
Oh, wait.
I fucking am, clearly.
Let me fold this cloak up in my arm and just hop over.
We step over it like a Victorian princess who doesn't want to get her feet wet in a puddle.
Oh, my God. That just kind of, it peeved me.
No, I wish I'd seen it because I would have been mad, too.
I was peeved.
Anyway, my point is, I don't know why you would pick a job where you have to get phone calls and you never know who it is on the other end. Every time that's happened in the past, she's been almost killed. And her friends have died.
You know, Jay, You just opened a door that I don't think anybody's opened ever before. A lot of
It's
questions.
like a metaphor for like you're trying to turn the bad into your life into something good.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Well, you know how much anxiety I get from answering phone calls?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, how about instead of a killer, we have screaming women?
Yeah, we have screaming women, some of whom are probably being beaten as they're placing the call. That'll calm me down.
Oh, God. Okay, well.
Great.
Good for her, though. You
Yeah,
know,
good for
somebody's
her.
got to do the crisis line.
So Courtney Cox is in this movie, and her entrance is she's doing a very aggressive motivational speaking performance.
I wrote down it came off bitchy. Just like everything else that she does.
100%. She's apparently she got this role because Gail wasn't supposed to be a fucking total cunt all the time. And then Courtney Cox, when she went in and auditioned, was like, what if I made her a total cunt all the time?
Well, this is how I am.
This isn't even acting.
Didn't you see Friends? That's me.
So they fucking gave her the part, and now we have Gail fucking Weathers, which
She doesn't even do the weathers. Which
right out of the gate.
really gets me just soft in the angriest way. With a name like that, you do the goddamn weather. or
and
you,
nothing else.
You fuck
You
off.
change it. I guarantee you changed it to do the weather. We never did 2 sentences or less for this. The look that you just gave me.
The movie spoils itself, Jay.
It
There's
sure
no
does.
Matthew Lillard. check the people in the movie. Do you see Matthew Lillard? It's not good.
Then I don't care. I wrote fucking Sidney's estranged brother brings more than a Jello to the family reunion. But that was me trying.
No, yours is good. No, yours is good. I didn't write one because I was so bored.
This is the one thing I remarked on before we even started recording. I just texted you. Let me know if you find the movie boring, because I sure as fuck did.
Yup.
Let me tell you, I chain smoked. It took me 3.5 hours to finish this movie because I kept going downstairs to smoke cigarettes, so I had something to do.
I ripped a couple bowls because I wanted this to make sense.
You'd have to. Also that, yeah.
It didn't. It
No.
but it also didn't improve, which was weird because normally when
Usually there's an enhancement involved.
yeah, I'm like, oh, a film is happening. Oh, there's things to look at, and it's just like
We'll just watch people walk around a movie set while nothing happens
Great.
for an hour.
great.
Every so often, Ghostface will show up and kill somebody, but you won't get to see any of the good parts because it happens away from camera.
Courtney Cox and David Arquette fucking real life because they're married.
That's
Great.
weird.
Great.
It's
You
a
didn't
weird
know
thing
that?
I think you told me that like when we did Scream, and then I promptly scrubbed that from my memory for my own good.
She's credited halfway through Friends. Her name changes to Courtney Cox Arquette.
Oh, she did the abbreviation.
And on that episode, when you watch it in the intro, like everybody else's name is Dash Arquette.
Why?
Because it's funny
Oh.
to,
Oh, they were making fun of her for doing that?
I guess so, huh?
I would hope that. Then it's acceptable.
It's funny. To
I don't like the show very much.
It's
that's
funny
all.
to people who laugh along with a laugh track.
Yeah, so not funny.
Like it's funny. Like it's not haha funny.
No.
But I did go, oh, they got her good. They got her good. Nice. And they put that on NBC. It wasn't like a joke.
Yeah.
Nice. Fucking bitch. Got her good.
So Courtney Shithead Cox is doing this speech, and there's one dissenter asking her if her shitty behavior throughout her entire career was worth it
Yeah.
to be successful, which, yeah. I mean, what? Nothing really bad happened. A bunch of people died around her. That wasn't her fault for being a dumb whore.
Yeah.
And then she leaves, and fucking McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy is the fucking homicide detective now.
Is that a
Fucking
fact?
Patrick fucking Dempsey right in this, which let me tell you something right now. Half of his character in this movie is somewhat threatening, or at least tries to be, but he's too softly handsome to be intimidating at all. So it doesn't translate. It just looks like a dude, because he like whispers threat, like, oh,
Is he the
if
guy?
you were a threat.
Is he the
And then he blinks like George Clooney when he's trying to look sexy and goes, you'd know it.
is he the guy at the end who's got like the cast?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a cop at all.
No.
No, he doesn't. He looks like an underwear model.
Yes, he does. He looks like he just left Abercrombie and Fitch.
He looks like an underwear model who just like never learned to be sexy. You know?
No, and
He just fucking blinks a lot.
He aged out of being an underwear model once his face got wrinkly.
Ah, So now he looks like he would...
The old fallback, but he's not grizzled enough to be a homicide detective. There's no
Oh.
stubble. There's no 5 o'clock shadow. And his hair is always like fucking perfectly swept back. Like a Brock Baker coif. Remember him?
Yeah, I do. I do remember him.
Fucking flock of seagulls ass.
What a guy. I don't remember.
I meant
what he
Patrick
did.
Dempsey there, just not Brock Baker. He's I don't know what he's up to. I think he does voice acting for cartoons.
To be honest, I just kind of lost my place. And
No, it's fine. No, fucking Patrick Dempsey shows up as a homicide detective and goes, just so you know, fucking Cotton's dead. I don't know why you'd care about that because you're on a fucking circuit doing tours talking about what it's like to be a weather woman.
You're out here being a bitch to students. Nice.
But just so you know, that's what's going on. And yeah, great. So they're making a stab movie and now there's a new killer. So they must be related.
Oh, yeah. I think at one point they're like, hey, are we sure that these two things are related? And he's like, he got stabbed and he was making a movie called Stab.
Yeah. He does say that.
Like that. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess so.
I guess
huh?
I'll shut the fuck up when you're around.
Wow. I mean, really, he had all these options. He could have done anything to him and he stabbed him. So we're onto something. I don't know what.
A couple shots of like, we just go straight to the fucking movie set where they're shooting the movie now. So there was really no reason to have, you could have introduced them in a way that actually like progressed the story or plot or something.
Mm-hmm.
But you just had them in a scene where they talk to each other and then you go to something entirely different.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Well,
Now-
that's that.
Let's run down the situation on the movie set because they're recreating something that happened in real life. So all of the main characters in Scream now have body doubles, except for Randy, who has now transitioned race. That is supposed to be Randy's replacement,
Oh,
and it is a black man.
right. Oh, I didn't listen to this conversation at all because I was
Oh.
bored.
Yeah. No, they're just talking about things that don't matter.
Yeah, I wrote down, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to care about this. I didn't see the second film.
No, fucking, I don't. The only things that you glean from it is that apparently being a black actor is quite difficult, and so you can't complain, which is just thinly veiled racism. Also, they really did this guy dirty in this movie because he's in 3 scenes and he dies in one of them. They introduce his character, he shows up so that he can leave a scene, and then he's not there until the end and gets killed.
Well, he's got a couple scenes where he's just on the ground.
That's true. He probably got stunt pay for that jump off the balcony there. He got that stunt bump.
You knew they threw a fucking doll full of paper off that. There's no way they didn't.
The only other thing that we sort of like that we get from this scene with the conversation is that Dewey's replacement for the film is a big asshole. That's it. He's just got a bad attitude.
He tries to fuck everybody.
He tries to fuck everybody, and then he's also like the replacement, the body double for Sidney. I just started calling them replacement, like Gale and Real Gale, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Is upset because 2 people are dead because of a movie, and he's just like, you should be grateful you're in this. So like in the face of murder. Yeah, but don't take your job for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be an entitled bitch about your job.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we got like a meeting of bigwigs who are like, hey, some bad news.
Yeah. This is really putting a monkey wrench in the whole producing the thing while murders are happening because of it.
Yeah. I don't know if we should shut this down or not. Nah, let's wait till a couple more get murdered.
Yeah.
Let's wait
I
till
mean,
half
we
the
can
cast
stand.
is gone.
We've already put a couple $100,000 into recreating this house. Immaculately, I might add, because they go so far as to very blatantly point out that Sydney's bedroom closet will wedge the door so it can't be opened.
Yep.
Who cares?
I mean,
nobody even comes through that door anyway, so who the fuck gives a shit?
It was so good it triggered her PTSD.
Yeah, she had a whole flashback. Why would she even... Oh, there's literally no reason for her to go in the house at all.
No.
There's none.
They mentioned before this scene that the killer left a picture of Maureen Prescott.
That's right, they do say that.
That was one thing we glossed over. It's a thing that comes back up, or
Yeah.
else I wouldn't have said it again.
That is that is Sydney's mother.
And-
Sydney's mother has been dead since the first movie.
Good.
So they really
Good.
need to say over and over that this is Sidney's mother because we would never have known that otherwise.
No,
because she's never been in a movie.
Yeah, and like she's got the same last name, so it's really like,
Yeah.
What is it? Her sister? Is it her mother? She's old and dead. Grandmother. I can't figure it out. Please help.
No, you don't get explanation though.
I also wrote down Captain Stabbin.
That is the name.
I just wrote that down. They just said stab a bunch. I'm like, yeah, Captain Stabbin. You
Okay.
know?
Captain Stabbin was one of.
It's a real website.
Oh, it's a real website.
It's not a joke website.
All right.
And the premise is as described.
Oh, so here's my thing. I think, and I could be wrong, but before that very French boy did those horrible things, I think, what was the guy's name from Mad TV that played Stewart? Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
I think there is a sketch where they're at like a DMV for pornos, and that's one of the names that he comes up with that's taken.
Okay. All right. There's definitely there's like Family Guy where Brian's calling and he's like, hey,
Oh yeah,
like,
that's like he's trying to cancel his Bang Bros account or some shit like that.
He's like Captain Stabbin.
Yeah.
The premise: girls sign up for a 2-hour boat tour, and I forget exactly what he says.
It's something horribly, and then that's where all that stuff happened.
Oh God!
Gail shows up on the movie set unannounced and without warning. For seemingly no reason. I can't really pinpoint a reason other than to track down Dewey, but she didn't know that he worked there, so why did she go to the movie set?
She had a camera in her bag. This is all I know.
So just followed Patrick fucking Dempsey to the movie set just cuz, and then was somehow let in despite there being prominently displayed security by the one giant barn door into that specific hangar. She just walks in.
Hey.
And awkward conversation after awkward conversation while this happens, where nobody's happy to see her. Nobody at all. David Arquette is not all that happy to see her.
Her movie replica is like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm you!
For 5 seconds. For 5 seconds, she's excited, and then Gail makes a joke at her expense, and she turns into a stone cold bitch after that.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Gail makes some fucking joke about, I'm really trying to get inside your head, and... inside your mind, and she's like, well, that explains the headaches, which is just funny. It was funny in a dumb way.
That was a good one.
And then she just goes, oh yeah? Well, by the way, I'm fucking Dewey. Enjoy your shitty career book, bitch.
I let Dewey put his gooey up in me.
Oh. Not as gooey.
Dewey's Dewey got gooey.
What is that, a children's book?
It's the one where you go into the you go into Indigo and you go to the children's section and they have that like special secret little. It's not like a secret, but it's there and it's it's a section. It's only yay wide, you know. It's only about this big.
About 1.5 feet you're describing.
It goes up the entire length of the shelf and it's top to bottom like potty training. And what's happening to my body books. Oh, yeah, baby.
When do we get to the gooey? Like halfway up?
I would say you would find that in the, like the 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Like what's happening to my body section. You know
I don't know about 9 to 12. For a goo discussion.
Well, isn't that when you have like your nighttime goo parties?
We mentioned this last week. I watched John Callahan's Quads and Ren and Stimpy.
I mean,
I knew plenty.
Well, I mean, like it happens in your sleep, and you're like, "What's happening to my body?"
I didn't have to go. What's happening?
What? Why are we talking about this? Can we just talk about the fucking Scream murders?
I had to interrupt the sultry whisper with something.
I was just doing my I don't know. My radio sultry radio, the children's books.
This is not the NPR I'd want my son listening to.
And then
this is I'm Ira Glass.
When your body
this
matures.
week on This American Life, pedophiles, like everywhere.
Don't leave your children alone.
He starts shaking. Yeah, they should. Who else is pissed about Gale being there? There was somebody else too.
Just the producer comes out and says, "No press."
Yeah,
you
that's
fucking
right.
Cunt. Get out of here.
They should change the movie name from Stab 3 to Everyone Hates Gale Weathers.
Treat
It's like the coldest welcome I've ever seen anybody get.
treat Gale like shit. The movie. You stupid fucking bitch. Get out of my movie. So Gale gets kicked out, and well, Jay.
Oh, hang on before you get to this because I know where you're going.
All right.
I want to point something out during the conversation with the big wigs. All right, those 3 big wigs. They mentioned that violence in media. One of the reasons why they're worried about production getting shut down is that violence in media is kind of a hot button issue right now. Now, in the first Scream, the subtext of the movie may have been thrown at you in your face, but at least it was a whole meal instead of just the pie plate, because that's it. That's the movie's whole theme, and they say it in a sentence and just move the fuck on from that. Thanks for shoehorning it in like that, like I couldn't figure it out.
Just in case.
Damn.
I feel like somebody was like, we got to say it at least one time,
Yeah.
Wes. Come
Oh,
on now.
fuck.
You can't just have a good movie.
You could, yeah.
No, people are stupid, Wes. You know that.
You of all people should know that. They've been watching these movies for years. Now, you were about to say something about what happens in this movie when they leave the set.
Well, yeah, they enter into a universe of sorts
Yeah.
where characters meet characters and things are crossed over and well, anything is possible, Jay. It's a wide, wide world.
Yeah, of wonders.
Anything could be happening at any time. You don't know what's outside.
That's right.
You have to go outside to see the things.
And
meet-
naturally,
Yeah.
you're in Hollywood.
That's like the birthplace of civilization, you know?
The most mystical, whimsical place for a child to not be if he knows what's good for him.
That's right. What?
That's it. That's my story.
Is there a child missing?
Why, no, just kids, you gotta play the game, as Mr. Milton says later on in the movie. Regarding rape, I just want to point that out.
Are we on the same page?
We'll get there, don't worry.
I think we might be on 2 different pages here.
I'm further into the movie, but I'll make it loud and fucking clear for you when we get there.
Oh, you don't need to do that. Don't worry.
No,
The movie does that itself.
No, tell me about the thing that I know is exciting.
Well, I don't know if it's what you think it is anymore.
No, the best part of the movie, easily, for me.
Easily.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make sure we're on the same page.
No, we are
here.
now, yeah.
It's when Courtney Cox gets kicked out.
Yep. I skipped ahead to a different page that got worse for a minute.
Yeah, you did.
But I was on this one. I thumbed
Okay.
it. I did the little dog ear thing.
Okay. All right, because she gets kicked out
Yeah.
and mistaken for Connie Chung,
Bye.
who is married to Maury Povich. Oh, by Jay and Silent Bob.
That's right.
Because I don't know why they're there.
By Jay and Silent fucking Bob. They're there because they're doing a tour of the movie studios.
Right.
They're in a tour group that's going to go see the Seinfeld set and
Oh.
stop just in time to call Courtney Cox a small Asian man.
Woman.
Okay, but my understanding of Connie Chung comes entirely from Bobby Lee on Mad TV.
Okay, so I see why you think that.
I did not know that Connie Chung was a real person for a very long time. I
Yep.
thought that was just a character. Now, I have a fun fact about Bobby Lee playing Connie Chung on Mad TV.
Uh-oh.
The first day that they were shooting that character, he was first picked for Connie Chung. He was coming down off of a pretty bad, I want to say, Vicodin addiction. It might have been Xanax, but I think it was Vicodin. And the second that they said action, he literally shit his pants.
Good.
But they gave him another shot after that. Now he's fucking Bobby Lee. So good on the producers of Mad TV for knowing humor.
Yeah,
That's comedic timing right there.
it is.
Also, once you've spent 3 decades dealing with Artie Lang, it's probably super easy to handle a tiny Korean.
Yeah, and I feel like you'd be like, guys, I shit my pants. I need a minute. They're gonna
Give
be
me
like,
a
well,
5.
that's human. that's a human thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, absolutely, little Asian man.
Anyway, Jay and Silent Bob, right fucking there, in character.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Mistaking, I don't know. I guess it's the hair, really.
Yeah, and I think that she was wearing like a yellow suit like that as well.
Fair. Anyway.
I was happy about that.
Yep. Because like obviously, I mean, it's a Miramax film, so why wouldn't they be there?
Yep. They just probably lived there for a while.
I didn't bother to Google it, but like it lines up, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good.
You know, it does.
All right. Good.
That would have been right when Strike Back came out, roughly.
Good, because like
that was either 2000 or 2001.
Because Carrie Fisher's right on in this bitch too.
Yeah, no, she is.
Yep. Saw that.
It's like Miramax just has fucking Cameo. It's like in a Rolodex on a desk somewhere. And we want somebody. We're not having any casting issues, really. Lots of people want to be in this movie, but I kind of want to just fuck with someone paying attention. That's the sound of flipping through a Rolodex.
Oh, he does have to do that. Oh, we've got Carrie Fisher getting eaten out as she's dressed like a nun in Studio B. Let's just move her over to C for a second.
Oh, I forgot about. So she could shit on her actual career.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll just put her in the basement of a studio and tell her, fucking make her say that she had to fuck George Lucas. All right? She doesn't care about anything. She probably was a very ornery old lady.
We just gave away the best parts of the film. So there they are.
There you go. Look up those clips and then just skip the rest. So fucking, I don't.
We're back to talking about Sidney's mom.
Yeah, we're
some shit.
We're at Sidney's house now, I guess, talking about Sidney's fucking mom.
Her dad's putting away groceries.
Yeah. The one thing I want to point out is that the exterior night shot is fake.
I know.
It's a superimposed house.
It's a superimposed
on a dumb movie
windows.
Set. Yep. You could tell by the fuzziness.
You can tell by the fuzziness.
Sydney still sleeps on the couch even though she's got a fucking house of her own like an idiot. Buy a bed.
Nah.
Sleep on the shitty 3-seater love seat couch.
You probably feel safe, you know? It's
feel safe by the front door?
Well, yeah. Because then you know exactly when somebody's breaking in.
You're not wrong.
You're not surprised by it when they come into your bedroom.
But yeah, okay.
You've got one leg up.
Yeah. All right.
And
so she can't go fucking one night without having an Evil Dead mom dream.
Nope.
Mom traipsing through the woods in a fucking nightgown like a goddamn wailing widow. Like a banshee on a wharf waiting for her fucking husband to come home. But he never will.
Talking about how much she doesn't love her daughter or some shit.
Her unfinished business is to tell her that she's a piece of shit daughter.
Wes!
Fuck!
Wes, you can't just do that.
She comes all the way back from the dead to whisper through a window that everything you touch dies. And then she slunks down. Why were her hands bloody? There are so many questions.
Because it's spooky.
And like, it's obvious she's asleep, so why did he try and do the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street thing where you make it seem like it might be real and not a dream? Wes Craven's got one mode, and it's fooling people into thinking dreams are real.
Well, I mean, you throw a nightgown on somebody, and it's hard to tell, really.
True.
Where reality stops.
That's
and
true.
The nightgown begins.
Fuck's sake.
So,
that's where most ghost stories come from, is like kids seeing their mom after having too much wine and, I don't know, what would they have given them back then? Lithium in the night? For sleep, and she's just ambling around the hallway in a nightgown that's vaguely see-through, and it's like, that's a fucking ghost.
Back then, if they were trying to get their kids to sleep, they probably would have nearly poisoned them all the way to death, but just enough so that they would still be alive in the morning.
You're right.
They would have probably given them arsenic in a small amount.
Arsenic and, that's concentrated opium and absinthe.
The phosphorus in this arsenic mixture of opium and just liquor, hard liquor.
Yeah, in an asbestos-cased pill.
When my boy is feeling a little cranky and won't go to sleep, I knock him the fuck out. Black tar heroin for children.
Better seen and not heard while they're overdosing.
You know it works when their eyes roll.
That means they're hitting REM sleep.
Johnson & Johnson's black tar heroin.
No more tears.
Only rolling eyes. And babies on the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Good scene in that one. So that's that scene.
Mom's, she slinks down, bloody hands on the window.
Then boo, Ghostface.
Yeah, because you got to get close to see what Mom's doing below the sill.
Yeah,
you don't want to know. She's,
yeah.
Mom's got her Jill below the sill.
That's what she's doing. That's why your fingers are bloody. It's her time of the month.
Mom's got a Jill below the sill. Just kidding, Ghostface. All right.
And then
you got us, Wes Craven. You got us.
And then she wakes up from the dream, and the window is so clean that I couldn't tell if it had been broken or not, like it was in the dream.
I thought the window was wide open.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
So did I. It's not.
Fucking Windex.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Today's sponsor. Off-brand Windex.
Yeah.
Window cleaner in a yellow label.
Window smoothen. That's the German version.
A liquid that doesn't need to be blue, but is blue because another liquid is blue. For glass.
Okay.
That's.
I figured it was so that you could differentiate between what was poison and what wasn't.
Well, I'll tell you what. It looks delicious. It looks like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, blue Gatorade.
And to not drink it.
Arctic Blast.
Arctic Blast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote because I wanted to, now it's day again, and we cut to one of the replacements, one of the body doubles getting to the studio by herself. She hears a fucking, like a pipe fall in the alleyway, but does nothing about it and just goes inside. Now, it's the middle of the day. One thing I have liked in the past about Scream is that sometimes people get killed in broad daylight. Because it adds a level, like an extra layer of unpredictability. Like, it doesn't have to be night. Every time the sun goes down, you don't immediately have to be on edge. It can happen anytime.
Yeah, you can't be stopped by having a curfew.
That's right. We're all adults here, especially now. However, the second that this chick walks into, Sarah is her name, walks into the studio, it becomes 7 p.m. And it's not because it is in the movie. It's because it's fucking pitch dark in the studio, despite all the windows being able to let natural light in. They just don't. So you know Ghostface is coming, because they darkened the shot.
Well, yeah, I knew Ghostface was coming the second there was nobody there, and then she got spooked by somebody who was there.
This is the second time that you see the black person.
Yeah,
whose name I did not catch.
I didn't catch it either.
I thought for Tyson. It's Tyson.
Okay.
I swear to God, they just don't say it for 2/3 of the movie.
They
like, he
not.
matters so fucking little. What do you name him? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Well, the whole cast matters very little.
That's also true.
She gets spooked by Tyson. He's got fake scissors stuck through his head because he's on his way to a makeup test.
Yeah. We're going forward with the shooting the movie despite the deaths.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for the reason we're here, there's no real reason.
Well, she's there to meet Roman, the director of the movie.
Sure.
Who apparently, now we don't get told this until much later, called her at home, got her roommate, and then told her to come to the studio to discuss some rewrites, I believe. Anyway, the first thing that Sarah does when she gets into the studio is to answer Roman's phone like she fucking owns the place. And immediately, Ghostface. Now, we don't get to know that because he's using Roman's voice. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. Roman's voice. As he probably downloaded it off the internet. Yes.
It's a USB port in the side of that modulator there.
It's got an AI algorithm that just needs to hear the voice, and then it can modulate.
She knocks a trophy off of the fucking desk, and this doesn't matter either that she does it.
Nope.
Because they call it back later, and it still doesn't matter.
Nope. I did enjoy that she tried to tape it back up like
Scotch
a
tape.
Stupid fucking idiot.
Scotch tape like a 5-year-old. That'll fix it. Nobody will notice. So I thought that was foreshadowing because they call it, like, you watch it fall, right? Remember in Scream when the big revelation that the killer was who it was? Well, it's not in Scream. It's in Scary Movie where she drops the mug. But I want to say there is also, because there is a mug drop in Scream as well when we realize who the killers are. And that was like a poignant moment. So when I saw this shitty music video trophy fall and the head fall off, I thought it was foreshadowing for how someone would die. Nope. Just no reason for that. Just no reason for any of that.
Nope. What?
Cool, man. Thanks, Wes.
They did that so that she could tape it back up. Again, like a toddler.
Yeah.
Like
Cool.
a goddamn toddler.
Anyway, Ghostface is in the fucking thing, and that's what you get for answering the phone, is killed.
Yep.
Good. This is the worst death in the movie, because she gets punched through a window and then stabbed in the back, and that's it. That's the whole thing.
Well, that, and also, what is it? Okay, so I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this death.
Okay.
I enjoyed just the beginning part. I enjoyed when she called on the phone and they were like, hey, we're going to run lines. We'll just run lines now. I'm stuck in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all right, so blah. And it's clear they both have two different sets of the script. And then he's like, yeah, well, my script, you see, it's to a different movie. It's called Sarah Gets Skewered Like a Fucking Pig.
I wish he had said it matter-of-factly like that instead of in the Ghostface voice.
Right? And I just like, oh, shit. That's
probably a better movie than this one.
And then she gets stabbed in the back like everybody else in this movie does.
That's right.
Because there's no gore. There's no fucking gore in this movie.
You get to see a bullet hole in a head.
Barely.
You get to see, that's it. That's really it.
You watch him shoot.
Remember in the first Scream when Drew Barrymore gets strung up like a fucking cow in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Well, I'll tell you where it is. Nowhere.
You know what they wasted their R rating on was all the swear words in this movie. Cotton's on the phone. I wrote down earlier, fucking people say fuck and shit in this movie like they're using it to photosynthesize.
They're gaining energy.
Yeah.
They say it like we say it.
That's true.
Because we're just low-class pirate people.
Yeah, we're white trash and black trash.
Why did they have to be different? Why did you have to separate the trash?
Well, one's recycling.
All right.
one's paper and plastic.
There you go.
Why am I separating the trash into whites and colors?
So, before she gets stabbed, she runs into like a prop room.
Right.
And
you reminded me why I'm mad.
Oh, okay. You go first then. So,
the prop room was actually kind of funny. I'll give you that. Because all the fucking weapons were fake. They just wiggle around. She gets that phone call, realizes that it's Ghostface, the killer that's killed two people that she's talking to. She parked her car at the bottom of a flight of stairs at the entrance to this building.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostface placed the call to the room she was in, knowing it was her. That means he's in the building. Go to your car and leave.
No.
You know what we're going to do instead? Yeah, you reminded me so good why I'm pissed. We're going to hide in the one place Ghostface can hide the easiest, in the costumes of Ghostface. I'm just going to crouch down in the bunch of killers around me. One place, like fucking Batman Begins, where Ra's al Ghul hides in the same suit of armor that all of his little minions are in. The exact same shit.
I love... Yeah, I've never seen you tap so aggressively your
finger.
Oh,
I got so mad.
Well, she runs out and she sees like a silhouette coming up to the door. I think she assumes that he's coming.
Sure.
It's fucking security. They lock her in.
It's security?
And he turns all the lights off and locks the door.
Not even remotely doing his job. Because he walks into the room that's supposed to be empty because nobody's there. He's guarding the room. He's guarding the building. He hears a noise, looks in that direction briefly, and goes, well, better lock up.
They'd only pay me $16 an hour to do just that.
I get stabbed on company time.
There better not be anybody in that room. I only get paid $16 an hour. I'm not coming in. It's not worth it.
Fuck me.
Finish up and just lock the door when you leave.
Well, that's why he locked it, so that he could come back in the morning and they'd be asleep. After committing the crime, you could just catch them red-handed.
Right, because they can't escape.
Yeah.
True. She's on she's hiding in the costumes. And for some reason is calling the studio and not 911. That's
a great point because the studio gives her a fucking automated number selection message.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe call the police.
Maybe call
I didn't even think about that.
all of the ghost faces are they're on these like
I'm enraged.
they're on these like little
Well, they're on coat racks, basically.
coat racks on wheels.
Yeah, it's like a bellhop would have your luggage on.
Yeah, so Ghostface, he does what anybody would do. He grabs the thing and just starts pushing it.
Yeah.
And CKY style, she fucking flies when it hits hits one bump and she goes flying.
That is what happens.
That's why I liked this
Fine.
death. The rest of this was shit.
She like grabs a machete and tries to hit him with it, and it just like bends like a fucking Bugs Bunny.
A lot of rubber knives.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. And then just stabbed in the back. Okay, great. Cool. All right. And
now we have fucking Dewey and Gale at lunch.
No, we don't. We don't have them talking about their fucking relationship for like 10 whole minutes.
Oh, we skip right over that part?
Yeah.
We skip right over that part where Dewey is a simp, where Gale literally goes, I left you because it wasn't working, and I went on vacation without you for months and months. And he goes, well, I thought maybe, I wanted to, I have feelings too.
No.
What do you need, Gale? Anything at all that'll get you happily? Please kiss me. Simp! So much so that he fucks the fake Gale.
He just
and that chick is slinging her puss around like it's goddamn a fucking Ugandan currency. Adjusted for inflation, by the end of the day, you can't afford groceries with it anymore.
I don't know what's happening. I just want to talk about the movie. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk. I hated that whole part.
No, it's dumb.
It was
because
really
you want
bad.
to watch Scream, you don't want to watch fucking Marriage Story.
Yeah, I don't want to watch two people who are married talk
In
about
real
why
life.
their fake marriage doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So Dewey reveals like, oh, just by the way, I'm here because somebody tried to break in. They called and they were like, give me the Sidney files, and I was like, no. So they broke in and I hid the Sidney files. So I'm here because I think somebody on the movie set might be trying to get the Sidney files. I'm Dewey.
So now that we're past the info dump of extrapolation about motive in this film, because you had to fucking shove it in there somewhere.
Well,
otherwise I would be sitting there like, what am I watching?
Yeah, well, yeah. Dewey can't be a simp forever. He's got to play his cards right.
He can't be a simp forever.
Because
what happens at the end of the movie, Matt?
So he's got to play his cards right.
Fucking pay pig ass bitch.
Yeah. I don't know how a police station gets ransacked. Because of the police.
They turn the cameras off at night. Did you not know that? When they shut everything down.
Of course, when all the police go home and no more crime happens for 6 hours every evening, of course.
There's no police at the police station after roughly 7 p.m. every night.
Of course. Of course.
That's why, and everybody tacitly understands that crimes aren't committed. So that's the time to commit one.
Yep, and everybody in the lockups are just like, all right, we'll be good.
I mean, they probably, if they saw somebody breaking into the police station and stealing things, they'd be like, fuck yeah, right on. Do you mind finding some keys?
They're usually on a gigantic ring.
And one man has them, and he's very protective.
He's hanging off a snoozing guard.
Yeah. Fuck. Or a dog.
Boy.
So, yeah, I mean, thanks for, thanks for telling us why you're suspicious in a fucking big, long paragraph instead of, making it organically happen in your film. Noticed immediately because we go now to fucking Parker Posey is her name. Now, I'm saying now a lot this podcast. I can't tell if Parker Posey, who is replacement Gale, is doing the world's best impression of a dumb slutty bimbo, or if that's just who the fuck she is. Because if this is acting, then this is some of the best method acting I've ever seen. This entire movie, replacement Gale is just a dunce all movie. She's stupid as fuck and jealous of nothing.
Yeah, I didn't pay that much attention to her.
Oh, dude. She does that thing where, when she's talking, she's upset, she sticks her chin out like she's Ryder when she does that.
I hate that.
Yeah, man.
You know what I do love, though?
Yeah. What's that?
I'll tell you what I love. Favorite thing? Patrick Warburton.
Why? Oh, Joe Swanson.
Yeah.
Joe Swanson is the bodyguard. That's right.
And he calls Dewey Dewdrop.
He calls him Dewdrop. I find another interesting parallel here where they talked about the Seinfeld set, and then here comes fucking Pat Warb.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
The other thing during the fucking, I think during the Dewey conversation. Is it? Give me a sec. It is. There's 3 script versions.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
And this is when we go to this house and then we talk about how there's 3 different versions of the script and we don't know which one he pilfered from the studio when he stole it.
Right.
So there's the concept of like you don't get to know who dies next because there's 3 people who could.
Yeah.
Was an interesting move by the movie.
It was. I wish they would have made the rest of the film good.
I
too.
wish that had mattered at all because we never get to read any of those 3 scripts. And so subsequently the killings still happen at random.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite
So why say it?
well because it would have been a good film.
Whoops. My bad on that.
Yeah, no. And like the reasoning to have the 3 scripts was so that the story doesn't land on the internet. Well, it's gonna.
All 3 of them will probably.
Yeah, like if one's gonna be right, and then they're gonna watch the movie and go, "Well, this is that script, huh?" Shit. I'd rather see the Forensic Files episode, TBH.
Because there would be several.
Yeah, and also, why are there different scripts when this is based on true events? How could you? It's why would you change true events? Because you're a liar.
They made one of the guys black, Matt.
Because you're a fucking liar.
Because it's 2000 and we need a token. Probably.
Liars.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, it's bad. You raised a great point.
all right.
You raised a point that silenced me because I was at a loss for words once you asked that question because there's no answer for it.
I got questions.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cues.
Well, Wes isn't interested in answering questions.
They deserve some A's. God damn it. All right. Well, Patrick Warburton.
Anyway, the next suspect, according to one script, is me, and I'm upset about it, so I'm chain smoking in my house.
Yeah. Oh, man. I made the decision to chain smoke, but somebody else will pay for it.
So that's that scene.
Yep.
So many. Okay, cool. Good scene. End of it.
Yep. Patrick Warburton was there. I liked it.
He was. Dewdrop. Now we're at the movie set again. And this is when Roman is... And now, I guess he just recently was informed after having found the busted trophy in the crime scene and taking it. Because, let's not forget, Sarah died in the office. And now he took something from the scene of a crime. This is not the only time that happens in this movie.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Right.
And he's taking that as an omen that he's going to be killed next. That's a leap.
Yeah, you're really making it about yourself.
Yeah.
You are making it about yourself.
That's true. Well, he has been the whole movie so far. And then the homicide detective pops up. And at this point I wrote down, because of the thing I mentioned earlier about how Roman calling Sarah's house, getting the roommate, now he's become a suspect. Now, let me set the scene for you here. We're in director's chairs. We've got 3 or 4 actors around you in your movie and a set full of crew. I'm not sure announcing someone as a suspect based on evidence that hasn't been checked after in front of their colleagues is proper police protocol.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's the opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to make their business everybody else's business.
Yeah, especially not the suspect for as long as possible.
Yeah, you don't want him to know that he's a suspectio.
No, the same day, though, we'll just walk up. Hey, man, you probably did it, yeah? Don't hop on any planes like you're gonna.
You're looking real sussy.
My sussy is wet. I hate that I said that out loud, but I did.
Me too.
So here we are.
I don't like it. Anyway, so did they take him for questioning, or they're just like,
yeah, they
hey.
do. They do. That's the end of that scene, according to my notes anyway. And now,
I think Jennifer says, "Remind me not to fuck him again." Or
yeah,
something like that.
Thanks for announcing that to the guy you're banging is 2 fucking seats away, and he says nothing at all. We don't even get a reaction shot from that statement. So he must have come to terms with being a cuck already.
Oh boy!
What did I say?
Hey man,
This guy just gets walked all over by e-girls.
you leave David Arquette the fuck alone.
Damn. I just want him to get his due, E.
He just wanted to make another Scream movie, all right?
Nothing for my Dewey joke. That's fine.
No.
Okay.
No, you stop making fun of this poor man.
I said I wanted him to get his due, E.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, you will. Damn it.
So,
We learn here,
yeah.
not to interrupt you 50 times.
No.
That if you didn't think that Dewey was a simp already, this is where we learn that replacement Gail, despite saying that she likes having him around, makes him sleep in his trailer outside the mansion across the driveway.
Right.
Not in the bed.
No.
Not even in the house.
No, she said I could sleep here.
Your shitty mobile home that sucks by comparison.
Yeah.
Your house is a hallway with a kitchen in it.
If that, it's more of a tub. And you just put your stuff in it and you sleep in the corner.
Yeah, it's like the Woody Harrelson trailer from fucking 2012 when he's on the top of Yosemite, and it's like you could tell that he didn't want to live in that.
Nope.
That's what he's stuck with.
Mm-hmm. And
it's like a walking satellite dish. That's it.
You would think like an ex-cop would be like, "Oh no, thank you, I have money. I used to be a cop. Did you know
think
that?
We have great pensions.
I used to be a cop.
Mm-hmm. I'm no longer a police officer because I limp when I walk. Dude, the damage pay on your way out. You're good, man.
We should have become cops.
Yeah, we should have. They wouldn't have let me, though.
I don't. Well, yeah. No, I don't think I would have been able to, like. I would feel really self-conscious knowing that everybody was like, "Well, fuck the police."
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's me though.
Yeah.
What did I do?
You know, making blanket statements like this is how we got into such problems like this in the past. We'll just say that.
Oh my god. So is this where
let me point out also,
yeah,
while we're on the topic of Roman being the prime suspect.
Point
here.
it right out.
You'd think after 3 movies worth of killers returning, after placing threatening phone calls to people with voice modulators, and all of those things being admitted into evidence, the police may have caught wise to the fact that phone calls can't be trusted.
No, there's only one voice changer, and to our knowledge, it's been destroyed.
Oh.
The voice changers don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for clearing that up, because I was confused about that.
20. This is 20.
This is 20.
This is 20, honey. I don't know what you say for that. This is just 2000. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
That's what you say. Well, this is 20 and some more.
well, we're in 2023 now, so I'm used to saying 20 something.
Yeah, I get it.
So this is 20.
Well, it's 20-aught, I believe.
No, I will not say that.
Well, no, because then you'd have to wear a bowler hat and smoke a pipe, corn cob.
And I'd really ought not to. So this is 20.
Yeah.
This is 20.
We're in 20.
I'd rather say 20, honey.
That's fine.
So 20, honey. I feel like there's computers.
There are, because Y2K happened.
Yeah, and
there's plenty of them. There was almost too much. People got scared.
I feel like they come in with like a built-in voice changer at this point.
Oh, Microsoft Sam. That shit came with Windows 98. We've had it for years.
You could also voice record yourself and like down pitch yourself by like 20%.
Yeah.
I'm like,
super easy to do that.
Yeah. But no, not around here. No.
Especially not like during the investigation about the thing where that definitely happened many times.
Yeah, no.
It's all good.
No, not in these parts. This is LA. So is this? Yeah, this is where the phone. She gets a phone call. Sid does.
That's right.
If I've not been clear, Sid gets
over
a phone call.
Women getting beaten to death hotline.
Or is it?
Well, it's over the hot. Well, yeah. You'd think. So she's got What's that called? She's got a switchboard.
A ghost sound. It's called the ghost sound.
Her phone has that switchboard where it lights up depending on which phone is being used.
I feel like that doesn't exist.
It does.
Okay.
We don't need them now because caller ID exists. But back in the day, that's how you could, if you have more than one line coming into your house. So her incoming line for the crisis center is labeled crisis center in her handwriting with a little card that you could take out and replace if you change it. And then home is right underneath that. And that lights up if that's what's calling in. Here's the thing. Look at that. Look at that when you pick up the fucking phone.
Yeah, because what if it's like somebody calling and you're like, hey, this is Lauren at the Crisis Health Center. And you're like, I'm actually calling about your vagina, doctor.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure there's a more embarrassing situation but think of one in your head at home.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all the goddamn work.
So, this is Laura with the Crisis Center. Your mom's dead!
That's a crisis! You think you heard some crises, huh?
Oh, shit. Get ready.
Here's a fucking crisis.
Oh, man.
There's no water in Uganda.
This is an ISIS of a crisis.
All right.
The terrorist group.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Yikes. I have nothing to say.
Fine. It's fine.
I'm
laying down bangers here and I get nothing.
I don't know about politics.
Well, they're bad. Some beheading videos you should know about.
We're not supposed to watch those?
Let me tell you, I've seen enough for more than one man.
Look, I've seen all the hits.
All the hits.
Sometimes it takes one or two.
Yeah. You beat me to it. I was trying to think of something. Oh, fuck.
Fucking...
Who's on the phone, Matt?
Well, it's mommy. It's dead mommy. I think, right? Is it dead? Somebody's like, hey, I killed somebody, but it's like in her mom's voice.
It is. This is what I wanted to bring up before and kind of did. How did we get her mom's voice on the modulator? She's been dead since before the modulator.
She's been in some films.
She's been in some films, yeah? Does he also have the program in the modulator that can turn just a few words that were said into an entire language that she can speak now?
Guess so.
It's like the fuck.
I guess so.
That was the dumbest part of this whole fucking movie for me. Is how is the mom's voice on the fucking shit?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. I'm alongside you, but I'm trying to enjoy it.
Why?
I'm trying to enjoy this.
You fucking torture yourself.
Fucking
like
rail cart ride we're on.
So Sydney sets the fucking alarm for her house every single time that she comes home, even from only walking the dog.
Smart.
She also locks the doors. Now,
another good idea.
Why is it then that after this phone call is over, the first thing she does is get up and lock a door?
Well.
And if the alarm's on, who cares if the door's locked or not?
What do you need that gun for? I think she gets a gun, doesn't she?
She grabs, probably her father's. Now, he doesn't live there. It's never explained. He just shows up for a scene.
We're back at Jennifer's house now.
Yeah, because that phone call led to nothing.
Yep.
So now we go back to Jennifer's house.
Yeah, I was trying to remember where that went, and then it ends with her pointing the gun in a direction.
Yeah, at the window. Okay. She wanted to make sure it wasn't broken. Not that you could tell without literally extending your arm out and touching it. Man, birds must hate this bitch and her house. Half of her day is spent cleaning birds up from outside.
Well, if they would stop clunking into the window and smudging it up, she would stop wiping it down.
It's a group effort here, all right? Moderately, not pristinely clean.
So we're back at Jennifer's house, and Patrick Warburton is on patrol.
Oh my god!
That's what I wrote right there.
Be ashamed.
I am ashamed. The cast is in the house ripping apart the script at this rap party.
Physically and verbally ripping apart the script.
And all right, I'm gonna say it before you do.
Go ahead.
You might not have noticed, but they gave away the fucking ending of the movie right here.
Okay.
They fucking gave away the fucking ending right here
in the script. when he's reading the title cards for each page?
Yes.
And what does he say?
Dewey saves the day.
Perfect.
And he rips it up and he throws it around.
Well,
and
you don't know how.
It doesn't matter. I know that the day is going to be okay because Dewey is there. And I've never felt like that before. Like, the kid from Malcolm in the Middle, I would feel uneasy if he was at the wheel. I wouldn't want him to be in charge of the day.
Which one?
Dewey.
Oh, okay.
The youngest one that looks like a monkey.
He looks like Gummo.
I don't know what that is.
Harmony Korine. It's like some Eraserhead shit. But the whole point was he casted a very disgusting looking boy for for the main character.
Good. Eraserhead's a terrible film. It's a terrible film.
I've never seen it.
It's bad. You want?
I see. I got such because I like David Lynch, at least in spirit.
Good luck paying attention. That's all I'll say.
It doesn't have a lot. It doesn't help that it's in black and white. All right.
It doesn't have a lot at all. You're watching this movie and you're like, well, what is that? I don't know.
I think that's the point.
What's the thing in there? What is it? I don't know. Well, I'm not going to watch this anymore.
Well,
then.
it's surrealist, Matt.
Yeah.
It's Salvador Dali.
No.
Right? Nobody asked him why the elephant's legs were so long. They just were. And they got from the one side of the desert to the other just that much quicker. Fuck. Sidney's replacement is visibly uncomfortable during this whole scene because nobody sits on the arm of an unoccupied chair if they want to be there. That's the I'm getting up to go slowly, like too slowly move.
Yeah,
if you sit on a chair arm.
Watching the clock.
Yeah. So because she's so uncomfortable, she leaves the relative safety of a room with 5 people in it to go outside by herself during this time where the characters from the movie are being murdered.
She did, didn't she?
She sure did. And you know what came of that, too? Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Sick.
Nothing at all.
Thanks for the red herring.
Yeah, so, I don't know. They catch Courtney Cox peeping.
Hey, why the fuck is she there? Why is she even there at all?
Because she really wants to suck Dewey's Dewey.
So she overhears a conversation where he goes, yeah, she's really kind and caring and soft on the inside. She's a very emotional, vulnerable person. Oh, you sound like you're still in love with her. Oh, I also forgot to mention the part where she's a fucking cunt all the time. Where she's a bitch and cunt. Both.
Simultaneously. Together. As one.
And then, yeah, Warburton grabs her. But I don't understand, first of all, why she was even there. But then also, she's got no license to be jealous of the fact that Dewey's getting sloppy on the regular from the dollar store fucking bin version of her. Because she left him. Because she left the country away from him.
Also,
you forfeit.
Like, who cares?
Also, who cares?
Who cares? Leave the man alone. If he wants to
just try to live his best life, man.
If he wants to bang younger girls, that's what he can do. You're Courtney Cox. You can't. You can't do that. I'm sorry. You look old and like a bitch all the time.
Both of those things. Courtney Cox aged like a...
All the time? Unstoppably? Like a bitch? I don't know.
She aged like a vampire who was always hungry.
She's a bitch pyre. I was trying to think of a vampire that would feed on bitchiness, but she already has enough bitchiness.
A clampire.
Oh, don't say those words. So I don't know.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Courtney and Dewey go off to talk about suspicious stuff.
They go and do that, and fucking Patrick Warburton goes, well, I might as well trespass in another man's home.
Yeah, well, I know you're occupied. Let me go steal the change off your counter. How very little of it there was.
It was like 25 cents he took.
There was pennies.
Yeah.
He was picking them up.
Great. And I'm going to go in and admire your glassware.
And he opens a drawer and there's a picture of him and Courtney Cox in there.
Yeah, great.
And so then he gets a phone call from Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
I did air quotes.
Okay.
I didn't. But
No,
people at home. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. I'm sorry.
It's in air quotes because it's not fucking Dewey. It's Ghostface mouth.
Dewey.
It's Ghost Mouth on the phone.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta go. You gotta go look at Jennifer for a bit. I'm busy."
You gotta go stare at her without her noticing.
Oh! Before that, at some point he tells Patrick, he's like, "Hey,"
Like do a sweep of the area or some shit like that.
and he's like, "Well, you're just a shitty fucking cop. That's why nobody likes you." And that's
you know what his argument is? I'm a celebrity bodyguard. I've guarded people like names of famous people I don't remember.
He definitely says like Posh Spice or
yeah,
something
he does.
like that.
He literally does say that. Here's my thing though. That's still not as good as an ex-cop. Provided that the police officer didn't get discharged for racial abuses and just did his job well, still more functioning as like a person able to stop crime than a celebrity bodyguard. Their job is to stop people from getting hit in the face with cream pies and, I mean, the food. Let's be clear.
Well, I mean, I'm not jumping in front of the other one.
Oh, yeah, and probably also the other one. And like making sure guys don't touch breasts outside of a Taylor Swift venue. That's like it.
I mean, don't touch Taylor Swift's breasts. Touch breasts you're allowed to touch.
Yeah. Well, you're right. But like it's not like they're solving crimes.
That's true. But
you know what they're really good at is putting somebody in an arm bar when they get too close with an autograph to be signed.
I mean that's all true and well. But I'm still not going to listen to that when I'm at my job from somebody who doesn't have one.
He does. He's a consultant on the movie Stab 3. It's probably unpaid.
Well, he's getting paid in punani.
Parker's getting her posies watered.
Parker's posie's been torn wide open.
Her poor posy. Her porsy.
David Arquette stabbed it in.
Oh, man.
All right.
He
gross.
stabbed 3'd it in.
Fucking disgusting. So where are we?
We're at the part where
stopped caring.
Patrick Warburton gets stabbed in the back.
Oh, you mean just like all the other stabs?
Yeah, just like everyone else, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Cotton gets it in the head, but they cut away before you get to see it, so I don't count it. And then he gets frying panned like an ungrateful husband.
You mean like a 1940s cartoon where like the husband's eating the pie and then the wife is like, well, it's the pan for you. Who's that like comic strip character who's always getting into fights with his wife, and they're like
just so many. Hagar the Horrible.
It was on Family Guy. He like came out and then like they started fighting and there was like a big cloud. They were out to drink with him.
Oh, that's Peanuts.
It's not Peanuts.
Big cloud. I just think of fucking what's his name, Schroeder. The dirty pigsty.
The yeast infection guy.
Yeah.
No, it was like it's like an adult, and then they start fighting, and they're like, "Hey, Quagmire, don't get in there. Don't get too close to that."
Right. I can picture it, but I can't remember the name of the fucking. Was it Kathy?
I don't know. It was not Kathy.
I want to say Hagar the Horrible. Or like Ziggy or some shit like that.
It was very Ziggy-like character.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of detail went into the drawings, is what I'm saying. Anyway, I don't know. It's a fucking he frying pans him because
that's fine.
Patrick Warburton's a big guy.
Yeah, and I mean it's Ghostface, but once the knife's inside, like I'm sure his breastplate, like it would be difficult to wrench a knife out of a guy that jacked.
I just think they were like, well, one stab's enough.
Yeah, one stab is enough for this movie.
Yeah, let's not get too violent in this movie where there's violence.
Where we say shit and fuck, like every scene.
We'll have just enough violence so that the movie sucks.
Yeah.
But not enough violence so that people go, whoa, no. I'm here for 2 hours? I can't believe it.
Just enough to give the impression that you could have done more, but won't.
Yeah, what the reaction we want is like, oh, I'm here for 2 hours. Christ.
So they're fighting in the house, and fucking Ghostface cuts the lights. Now, they go outside.
Oh, there's they're talking about, I don't know, they're doing something, and then like the phone goes off, and like, well, whose phone is it?
Yeah, that's when they're at the pool though.
Oh,
so that's after the lights get cut.
Oh, I thought this was the whole scene.
It's Courtney Cox having a jealous argument with somebody that she's got no entitlement to be jealous about, and then they cut the lights, or Ghostface cuts the lights, and they're like, "Well, it's not safe in here anymore because it's dark."
Is this when Patrick
so
also
let's go outside?
Patrick stumbles to the door,
and then he's in the doorway. Yeah, collapsing. Now here's my issue with this entire scene. Unless there is an electrical panel in that fucking room, Ghostface, having cut the lights, just gave himself a disadvantage. There's a screen on the mask. It's already hard to see. Now it's pitch black in the house. Don't go outside where there's porch lights that are brighter than the fucking sun.
I feel like they would have solved this problem with Scream 1 when he's in the dark all of the time.
Yeah. And then Patrick Warburton's outside being stabbed, or having been stabbed, and dies, and like, okay, let's go back inside. And then the fax machine goes off. Oh, let's go outside, because clearly he has access to a telephone.
Right now he's at a Kinko's. Just
yeah.
Come on, I gotta go.
Why would he
fax it?
Why would he send the fucking messages over fax, bro?
Because it's 2000 and that's technology that people still use.
Holy shit.
What is this, The Office?
Now here's me getting angry.
Okay.
The Ghostface is teasing these characters in the house by sending very vague facts that, when put fully together, are going to tell a story.
He's rewriting the script.
In script form.
Yeah.
So they run outside after reading a couple pages of this script where it's obvious they're going to die. So let's go right out in the open where we're illuminated and visible. So already you're dumb. Now, the last fax contains a hint, a la clue, if you will, as to who will be granted mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to know what that fucking fax says, but nobody wants to go back in the house because despite the fact that he can essentially send a fax from anywhere that has a fax machine, they think he's in there. If he's anywhere, he's in the fucking basement because that's where the electrical box is.
Why would you have two fax machines? Why would he bring his own fax machine? What household is like...
Where are we getting the second fax machine?
I want to make sure that if I'm in the basement, I'm still getting these.
This fax machine's like a lone gunman on the grassy knoll. So Dewey's replacement goes in to grab the last fax because he wants to know so bad who's going to be granted mercy and why. And it turns out... So because it's pitch black in the house, all the lights are off, they're using a flashlight to read these faxes. When he goes back in... Parker Posey, I guess, has never given him the flashlight back, so he has to use a Zippo lighter. Illuminated by the Zippo lighter is the one who is going to be granted mercy is the one who smells the gas. And then the house explodes. So let's go through this real quick. How did Ghostface know that he was going to use a lighter to read the facts at all? How did none of them ever smell gas enough to fill the entire house and make the entire house explode? Why was it so important to read the end of the facts instead of running from your life from a killer? It doesn't matter what his motives are. You're going to die. Go somewhere else. Gas is ignited by a spark, not flame, which means the second that he struck that lighter, he would have been blown to bits and never would have read the facts anyway.
I'm just trying to enjoy the film.
So they avoid the explosion by jumping off the balcony in the Hollywood Hills and rolling down a hill like fucking Archer.
Yeah.
Taking no damage.
None.
Whatsoever.
Big hill,
You guys
too.
plummeted down a ravine with rocks and trees.
They avoided them all.
Fine.
Professionals.
Just fine. Ghostface at the bottom. Fucking around with Courtney Cox. Gets shot in the chest and dies. Now, I did air quotes.
You sure did. I saw those fingers wiggle.
Immediately I wrote he must be wearing Kevlar. Guess who was right? Guess who was right?
Dewey, pops a couple shots off.
Mm-hmm.
He falls and rolls under the vehicle. And then we just stop shooting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we've done enough of that.
Oh, because he's still mobile and able to roll.
Yeah.
We'll stop shooting, though, for sure. Because he's alive still. And we haven't murdered him and made sure that he's dead. Let's stop shooting at him. Let's stop shooting our gun. Let's stop shooting.
More to my earlier point, When you had that fax in your hand, why didn't you go outside where the bright lights were to read it, and the rest of your friends were?
Why didn't you just pick up the fax machine and bring it outside?
It's already been printed. You throw the fax machine in the pool. Problem solved.
Should have just shot whoever owned a fax machine.
How'd they get around the pool fast enough to jump out of the way of a massive explosion?
Let's pretend like the explosion sent them flying. Please.
Sure.
Please, can we pretend?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Gale and fake Gale get into a fist fight.
Sure
They
do.
get into a brief fist fight.
Well, that's what you do.
At which point, fake Gale says, "My lawyer loved that because now she's got a split lip." I was like, "What is your lawyer, a fucking masochist?" I understand the point he's trying to make, but at the same time, it's a 2 against 1 witness thing. If you're gonna try and charge her for that, Dewey's gonna be like, "No, she didn't."
Her lawyer just hates her guts. I'm glad you got punched, you bitch.
Lawyer's like, "What's that? Good.
No, I'm not going to sue them. In fact,
I'm
gonna
suing you."
for having such a fat ass lip. Get up out of here, bitch. So yeah, Tom's been vaporized, and now here comes what's her face from somewhere else.
Yeah, just from a random spot, tens of feet away, probably.
Mm-hmm. And it's it's so suspicious that she would have rolled down a hill and went a little different of a direction.
Oh, dude,
that never happens.
The fact that we didn't all convene at the exact same time means you must have something to hide in all of your 90 pounds of a person who just overpowered a bodyguard.
That's right.
Makes sense.
Stabbed him right in the back.
Makes sense to be suspicious.
It's those huge boots. So yeah, they make good point to be like, hey, where did you come from? Even though the killer just rolled under this truck and could not have,
There's no way.
He went around the whole mountain and and came out the other side, huh?
That is what happened. It's canon now. Well, it's nighttime. He's everywhere in the dark.
Yeah, pretty much. They get into a fight because Jennifer catches Dewey about to kiss Courtney.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Nobody.
Who gives a fuck?
Also, nobody gave a fuck about Tom until Angelina came out and she's like, Tom!
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that dickhead.
Oh, his smells like burning mustache.
There's during the scene where they're ripping the script up, there's this throwaway line about how, like, Tom says some fucking bitchy thing, and someone's like, "You're just mad because you tried to bang," and she said no. And he's like, "That's beside the point." It's not. It's not.
It's not at all.
It's the point.
So the cops want to talk to Sidney, and Dewey's like, "No."
Yeah.
I'm not giving you that fucking phone number.
Not
that I have it.
I would never have that phone number that I have.
Who's this? I don't know. And so I wrote blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. The homicide detective's theory is that there was a third killer in the original movie. So during the original slayings, that there was a mystery third killer, and that is who this is, which is kind of a dumb theory to present to Courtney Cox, who was there for the whole thing and saw for sure that there were two killers, and I'm pretty sure she killed one of them. I would consider her to be an expert on that.
Yeah, I would probably take her word for it, having not been there myself.
Yeah.
As a white male, listening with my ears.
I would rather you didn't mansplain these murders to me.
Listen, I'm a white male, and I'm trying to make a film. It is how I say it is. All right. Yeah.
And then Sidney shows up anyway. She's like, fucking Patrick Dempsey's like, "Go get Sidney." And he was like, "Nah." Oh, who's at the door? Just like that. That's basically how this scene plays out.
Yeah, I was just hitting call. I was just calling to see how you... Nah, I know. That's why I'm here.
Fuck's sake. So inconsequential reunion where, I mean, there's no like I don't know. It's just none of the emotions in this movie play. It's like things just happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the time for no fucking good reason whatsoever.
Yep. They catch up and he's like, hey, I told you not to go anywhere. Well, he called me, so I'm not safe anywhere, you know?
Shit. What did he say?
He
called the usual.
He called me on the home phone line.
Yeah.
I saw it was lit up.
He called me on the telephone.
and it wasn't an abused woman. So I might get in trouble. I might get written up because I was doing something on work time that
I was being harassed by a murderer on my shift.
So
You'd think they'd be very supportive of that at the Women Abuse Crisis Center.
you would think, but here we are. So I think she's like, I want to go to the place.
Yeah, I want to go to the set.
Bring me to where these pictures of my mother were
Yeah,
taken.
now we're up to 3 pictures, and we've recognized one of them to be the same set same area of the movie studio that Stab 3 is being shot at by the director who also shot the very few horror movies that Sidney's mom was in.
No,
almost as if he knew.
The producer produced the movies she was in. The director is just a guy.
Okay, producer, director, the same fucking person to me. One's Roman, the other one's fucking John Milton. Fine.
And I think Dewey puts it together because they were like, it was a really dumb scene where they were like, there's nothing here. Wait a minute, what if there was something here?
Yeah.
It was
Gail trying to convince him to be a detective again, and he has no interest at all until he notices a fire escape.
Some Scooby-Doo ass shit in this movie.
A fire. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude.
Hey, gang, look at this.
Hey, gang, look at this.
This picture was folded the entire time.
For some reason, John Milton's house is like a vampire's castle with trapdoors and slides and shit. And
I hate it
books.
It's not it can't be a real house. There's no way.
No, it's impossible because it doesn't make any fucking square footage sense.
And I hate it for said reason.
It's the Purge house again.
It is. Yeah. Fucking so I just wrote I didn't see the second one. You're forcing me to watch these out of order.
They're probably talking about like fucking, I don't know.
Oh no, they show up on set and some lady's like, I got a tape.
Right.
And I'm like, well, who's this lady?
Yeah, this is Randy's sister.
And she's like, I'm Randy's sister. Can't you tell? Look at me.
And
we're ancestrally the same.
No, they're not. Also, she's not in the first movie, so I had the same thought at the same time.
Yeah.
I was sitting here trying to be like, do I recognize her from like the party scene at the very end? No, she's in the second one.
Yeah.
Fine. So
they look nothing alike.
No, they don't. One's got huge Coke bottle glasses and one of those chins that looks like you have none because it's too inside your head.
Because it dents into your jaw.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like you're just appalled at what's happening to you all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
So we're watching Randy's death video.
Yeah.
Randy put together a very disrespectful "In the Event of My Death" VHS tape where, even though he was worried he was going to die, he managed to do the reality versus recording banter.
He sure did.
And nail it.
He timed out responses to possible things.
Hasn't spoken to Dewey in years, but he's like, I remember you so well that I know what kind of shit you're going to say.
Yeah, so I plowed an ugly girl. And he's like, oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, I really regret having given my virginity to the chick at the video store.
Creepy Karen, I believe, was her name.
And then Dewey's like, creepy Karen, and he's like, shut up.
You shut your fucking mouth, Dewey.
Right on the tape. All right, Randy, cut to the chase. My life is in danger.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. Can we fast forward this?
Is this anything new that you haven't said to us before, Randy? No?
Couldn't have a Scream sequel without Randy explaining the movie like I'm a 5-year-old who needs water wings to go to the beach.
Yep.
Or for soup.
Essentially, he discloses that there's sequel rules, and if there's a lot of unexpected backstory and some word I wrote about expedition, and this blah, blah, blah. It's not a sequel. It's the concluding chapter of a trilogy. You should know that, because this is Scream 3.
And also, the main character can die now. I'm not foreshadowing anything.
Yeah, they definitely didn't make Scream 4, 5, and 6. I think there might be a 7.
I'm pretty sure this is the last one that Nev Campbell's in.
I don't...
Until, like...
Sure.
Sydney.
Oh!
I think after
you gotta say movie names. I'm in movie mode now.
I think after this, it's just Courtney Cox for like 2 or 3 movies.
Why?
It's so good of a question.
For what?
She's the only one willing to come the fuck back, I guess.
She's the one we don't like.
No, instead we get fucking Hayden Panettiere like I give a fucking pennicure. Rory Culkin, looking sulkin.
I like Rory. I'm into that.
Yeah, no, he's funny. It's fine.
So, yeah, the trilogies are about going back to the beginning and discovering something that wasn't true from the... First of all, I hate when people use the phrase get-go. Say the beginning. Say the
Nah,
start.
from the jump. Off the drop.
No, we're just saying from the same time to rabbit what to do, but do. Fucking hillbilly speak. Superhuman killer. Anyone can die. Ooh.
Yeah. He can't be shot or stabbed. Let's make sure to tell you that after we tried to shoot and stab him.
Yep. And the past will come back in a way that really doesn't matter. In a way that makes you go, huh? What?
So could you explain to me why everybody decides to now traipse around the movie set?
She wanted to.
Gail wants to get into a room that there's really no explanation as to why she even knows how to get into that or that it's important to get into. She's trying to find information about Sidney's mom in like the fucking archived files in the dirty basement.
But it says archives right on the room.
Fine.
So I'm not going to give you that.
Why? Fine. Okay. Why does fake Gail have a key card to the archives?
'Cause she works there at the studio as an actor.
She acts there.
So you gotta piss. Let me in. This is the closest toilet. I'm in. Let's go.
So you tell me who's at the bottom of this flight of creepy Scooby-Doo ass stairs.
Well, it's Princess Leia.
And what does she have to say?
Nothing polite.
No, nothing polite at all.
Nothing.
As a matter
polite.
of fact, her job is to shit on her own very successful career here. Because she looks, according to the movie's canon, which is just wrong. It's just wrong. She looks exactly like Sidney's mom.
No,
which she doesn't at all.
No, they say she looks like Carrie Fisher.
Oh!
And she's like, no, that's not me. And they like look up and there's like, she's got a little headshot on the wall and it's like a different name.
So now I hate it worse.
And she's like, yeah, I was in the run to be Princess Leia too, but I didn't want to fuck George Lucas.
Yeah, except you're talking about yourself, which means that you did.
Exactly.
Also, in order to get this paperwork from me, you'll need to bribe me with jewelry.
Yeah, I like that she's like, do you work for the president? And she like puts a 50 and she's like, yeah, the president of the company. Wait, how about this ring I could lie to you about?
Yeah,
wow.
This ring that I can tell you any number that it's worth and you can't question it.
$50 was a lot back then. She should have taken it.
Fucking, you'll notice in the next scene when she's rifling through the filing cabinet, she's got the ring on.
Good. Does she have a coke nail?
Wasted no time. Probably.
Because that's something else she has. I don't know if it's in the movie, but there's pictures of it in Star Wars.
Oh my god. That's good. Well, you need something to get through that weirdo movie. Imagine shooting that. I'd need to get high as fuck.
It's like one of the first sci-fi films ever. You want me to do what?
You want me to bash a bunch of sticks around in an empty hallway that looks like it's in a hospital and we'll fix it in post?
Hollywood.
Fucking Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars. I understand that's a controversial opinion. Fuck Star Wars.
It's giving people time to log into their emails.
Yeah. No,
it's grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com.
Yeah, send a scathing retort to my personal opinion and feelings about a series of films that suck.
Give Jay a hot retortellini. So we're all walking around. We're just walking. No, not even that. They find Sidney's mom's file.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, what are these things? They're horror movies. Those are obviously titles to horror movies.
And they are all directed by John Milton.
You should know who that is by now. You don't?
That's weird. We've never said his name in this movie yet.
Yeah, I then wrote, I didn't see the fucking second movie.
I just wrote, who the fuck is John Milton?
Right? Me too. You know what they could have done? Earlier in the movie,
when he was in the movie,
they could have been like, "Hey, Johnny Milton," or even Mr. Milton, you have a fax.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, "Is it from a white male? That's the only ones I want."
Yep.
Anyway,
you think that's a joke, but he says some things later on in this film that make it very clear that that's probably his opinion.
He is the producer of the film,
and he is also one of the worst people on earth.
Yeah, prepare. Look.
Yep. Here we go.
These people exist. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Very Harvey Weinstein-esque.
You'll notice I've literally written in my notes that name.
Nice. I was gonna say Harvey's, but then I was like, nobody's gonna know what Harvey's is.
Harvey's whining.
Yeah, I was gonna get as close to saying his actual name without actually saying it.
A dirty old man. How's that?
Man, yeah, dirty. Like Trump. But on drugs, I guess.
Yeah, Quaaludes. What, now, that's the end of that scene. So, we'll just go to the next one, where Sidney is in a bathroom for no reason.
Having a shit.
Well, I guess for a reason.
Yeah.
But, so throwback to the first movie that was better. A lot of throwbacks to a better movie in this movie.
By the way, they still, like, they don't say, like, Johnny Milton, he is the producer of this film.
No, they share a revelatory glance at each other, and then we cut away before any more information.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that was...
No, that's what
Okay.
just this big revelation, but we don't even know who he is.
That
what
was,
I wrote.
When I said that he was the producer, that was me doing you a favor. You're welcome. You have information that
Yes,
I
thank
didn't
you.
have and got frustrated over.
Yes, you should all be saying thank you. So now she's in the bathroom, and under the stall she sees boots. Throwback, like I said, to the first movie that was a better one. Mm-hmm. And I guess we're out of ideas because now we're just copy-pasting from the first movie with a little twist. As in this time, it's her body double with a Ghostface costume. And she's like, oh, I stole it.
Well, yeah, she has it and doesn't say anything about it. She's like, oh my God, I'm you.
Yeah.
Well, not you, but I'm supposed to be you.
So she's
This?
gussing.
I'm
and, yeah.
stealing it.
She gushes at Sidney and then doesn't call attention to the most traumatizing probable thing that she could have in her arms for her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the most suspicious thing anybody could be doing, given the climate of what's happening currently.
I'm really happy that you said that because to put myself into Sidney Prescott's shoes for a second, wouldn't trust a single person with a Ghostface costume, regardless of their excuse for having it.
You know what?
Oh, you have that? I don't trust you ever, because I don't know if you remember, but about 4 years ago, everyone who had one of those tried to kill me in my own house.
People that I know currently who were alive days before. Now no more.
Yep.
And here you are with that.
Yeah.
That's a whole gallon of PCP, huh?
And you'll notice that she doesn't mention the weird interaction to Dewey or anybody else. So that makes their suspicion after rolling down the hill of her stupid and useless. Mm-hmm. That doesn't pan out. Their suspicion directed toward her is never resolved.
This is like, they're like trying to get you to think it's this girl so hard.
They are.
It's like when you don't believe in Santa anymore, but your parents are like, so this one's from Santa.
Yeah.
See?
They,
See how it's
either
from Santa?
Either this girl or the police detective, because they both leave during very convenient times.
Yeah, they do.
They often
and
leave
they also
scenes.
show up.
And yeah, show right back up, like right after all the shit's hit the fan and it's done now.
I heard a lot of noise. Hopefully there's no ghost faces in here. Oh, a room full of honkies.
Also point out, that means that she also robbed a crime scene because it's been like 2 days since Sarah died, and that's where the costumes were.
Yes.
Crimes! For your souvenir, you
we
silly
commit
bitch.
them right here. Well, she gets caught. She gets caught outside.
She barely gets caught, but yeah, you're right. There's no consequences. Now, Sidney decides that, she left her hairbrush after frightening the shit out of me. I'd better track her down to find it.
Yeah, this thing that you can get just anywhere and has been on the floor of the toilet.
Yep. Also, you're inside the movie set / studio. Leave it on a table.
Yeah.
It's not your responsibility to return a hairbrush. Instead, though, we'll go to the one place that this woman definitely isn't, which is the empty set of the shutdown movie that no one is working on.
But I have her hairbrush. It's been on the toilet floor. She's gonna want to put feces in her hair. Let's go inside of my house.
It's better than gel. There's no reason for her to have gone in the house.
Nope.
There's literally no reason for her to have gone to the set. You look at how empty it is and go, well, she's not here, turn around and go the fuck home.
You know what? You could even go, hey, Angelina!
She does like 4 times. No answer?
No answer. Throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Because it's a hairbrush.
We'll get
it's
a new
dirty.
one. You're an actor. You've got the money.
Is it even hers? We don't know. We just found it and touched it with our hands. Ew. It was on the floor. where people piss.
And shit. And you know that if there's no production on the movie, there's no janitors.
That's right.
I'm not cleaning without that fucking janitors union.
And if I'm a guy alone in the bathroom,
Listen,
I'm gonna
close my eyes and whatever happens, okay?
I'm gonna have some fun with it. You're right. I'm not just
make fucking you try to do like vape tricks.
Yeah, you
Make a little tornado.
That's the only and like the wigwag,
Yeah. What other vape tricks are there? A series of circles.
Well, I was thinking penis pee tricks, but
oh yeah. Well, no, yeah. You just make you slap it on the end, so it's like a sprinkler.
So you just spray it onto your hand, so it does that thing that when you're in the shower and you hold your hand out and let the water run off all your fingers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, do that with pee. You fucking do that right now.
It's an order.
So, yep. This is a pretty good set. There's the
Great
door,
set,
the dog door with the blood in it. That's pretty cool. Lots of detail. Let's keep going inside.
We're gonna keep walking inside all the way to having a PTSD shit show in my old room.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely gonna have a lot of thoughts of mommy.
Yeah.
Man.
It's cool.
Boo-hoo.
Who cares?
Yeah, boo-hoo. Oh, she's so focused on... Oh, wait, then she hears a noise. That's what it is.
Yeah, so she whips out the bear mace. First thing that she does.
She had the bear mace out in the toilet stall.
Bear mace, yeah. Oh, that could have been anyone.
And you could have easily maced yourself in that proximity.
That's true.
So
it's a fucking vapor. Okay, it goes everywhere.
So the mace comes out, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, this is my house. I'm just gonna do that door thing."
How about leave the house that's not... It's not your house, though.
I mean, she leaves it.
It's AstroTurf in the front lawn. I can't talk about her leaving it because she goes right the fuck back into it, all right? The thing that she said she shouldn't do in the first movie.
You never go back in the house.
Ooh.
Well, she flies out the window.
Yeah.
So I don't know what causes her to do that.
Ghostface is on the other side of the window, grabs her.
Right.
And they both fly out, I believe.
Okay.
Onto the grass.
Lots of wind.
And she decides that the safest place from Ghostface in this entire planet of Earth is inside the empty house on the empty set in the closed building that nobody else is in.
Right.
Instead of right outside where it's daytime.
And in the middle of that, she throws a bowl of chips at him.
Great.
I think
That'll slow him down.
She knocks a bunch of snacks off the table like an asshole.
Yeah, she's creating work.
So do you know you get into a fake house?
Through the anywhere?
Through the anywhere.
Through the anywhere because it's
anywhere.
Very likely drywall at best, and it's one sheet.
Yeah, and generally there's not an outside wall.
Yeah.
Because you don't need one.
Well, we almost learned that the hard way when she's running through the house acting like it's still her house. And then the twist on the old, on the copy paste from a much better movie because you're out of ideas by the third one, is that when she opens the door, she almost falls like that woman from Casper because there's no more house.
Right. I forgot about that.
The rest is just downstairs.
Yeah. And, we close the door. We let Ghostface run up there.
Yeah. And we eat shit onto that bed.
Yeah, onto the bed.
Onto the soft bed.
Which is perfectly fine. They get up and leave.
Yep.
It's
a good chase scene, honestly. It's a great chase scene, the way that I've seen it before in the 2 movies ago. The way that I've seen the exact same thing. She even is at the top of the stairs pushing things down the stairs at him.
You know, it's great, by the way, that it was.
The first time.
Yeah. Oh, boy. So.
Wesley
McCraven. I'm McCraven a double-double. And a better film.
At one point I wrote, "Why are you going toward the disembodied voice of your dead mother?" That's a great question to ask. This is before the attack actually happens, but I would go away from that instead.
Yeah, I do believe, she goes into her mother's room.
That's when she gets fucking sheeted.
Filled with blood.
Oh, yeah. Blood all over.
So dead, and her dead mom's under a sheet. Just kidding, it's Ghostface.
Boo!
Yep. You could sigh that again.
So now we'll go to John Milton's house because she gets saved in the nick of time by Dewey and Patrick Dempsey, who's there conveniently, having left to get a coffee for his partner.
Hey, gotta get a coffee.
He doesn't come back with coffee, though.
He doesn't come back with a partner either. Partners never to be seen again. Maybe not.
I don't remember. Because he doesn't matter. I think is why I don't remember.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's fine. And then
yeah.
we're gonna go look through the house. Oh, there's nobody here. You're not crazy though.
We're having a party though.
So they take Sidney back to the cop station.
Yeah.
And while they're doing that, the rest of the Scooby-Doo gang is going to see Jonathan Milton.
Who is not home.
No, he's home, and he's got some terrible news.
Oh, no, he's not home later.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
He's
got
home.
He's got some real fucking
And
news.
He's gonna give you a little history lesson.
I can sum it up for you if you'd like.
Well, when we get there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're here. I don't know what happens in between, but
Nothing.
So they go to this fucking they go to the 13 Ghosts house where there's fucking trapdoors and
true.
Paintings with eye holes cut out, likely.
Yeah, fucking, it's always the groundskeeper.
It's very Scooby-Doo. They pull a book on a bookshelf and it opens up like a door.
Yeah, and that happens. There's one point where literally they're both sitting on one, and the fucking wall flips around because they activate like a pressure switch and they get split up. Like, this can't be more Hanna-Barbera, all right? Hanna-Barbera lives in the basement of this house.
It really...
In the coffin.
It could, because they also do the two-way mirror while she's on the other side. She walks through the hall like, oh, wait, this is the pervert room where you watch people sleep and do stuff.
And store my suits for some reason.
Wow, it's because he ruins them with all the cum.
It's got it.
Every time something happens in that room, he watches and he bursts all over himself.
That's just a hefty dry cleaning bill in that closet.
Well, he hasn't taken them yet. He's probably going to be like, I don't know, somebody threw a bunch of milk in my closet. I don't know why all of my suits have this on there.
Yeah, this is weird. My summary of this conversation between John Milton and people who were not at all ready for what they were about to hear. John Milton straight up admits to cocaine hooker Gatsby orgies and also to facilitating coercive rape multiple times. This Milton dialogue has not aged well, comes to the defense of Harvey Weinstein in spirit. His whole argument is, yeah, I remember this fucking bitch now that you've asked me 50 times and threatened me with some kind of retaliation for not telling you about it. She showed up and she wanted to be in some movies, so I brought her to my place, where everybody knows what kind of parties I have. They're the ones where you leave crying if you're a woman. And, well, she was, how you say in Hollywood, rode hard and put away wet. But to be quite honest, if you want to make it in Hollywood, you gotta get a little soaked sometimes. And then he turns with his hands behind his back like a contemplative Asian man and faces the city from his bay window like he just said something poignant and not disgusting.
He's deep in thought. He's remembering.
Reminiscing, more like.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, it turns out Sidney's mom was in some films.
Yeah, and they weren't those kind, but she was probably in that kind also. They just weren't necessarily shooting all the time. Oh, they were shooting, but not film. Thank you, because semen.
Yeah. So we're back at the police station now. Yeah. Thanks, Jay. I know you've been holding that in for the last 3 hours now.
Almost.
Jesus.
So let's go over making the detective into a red herring.
Well, here, how about before this? I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why does every detective have something really serious in a whispery, raspy voice to say? They can never just deliver their serious thing by like, yeah, so this is happening. They're like, and then, I fucking had to kill a bunch of kids. I remember.
Because they're haunted. Now, that's Patrick Dempsey's only way of acting when he's not in The Princess Bride. That's the only way he knows how to act outside of a shitty movie that sucks.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You enjoyed Jay and Silent Bob, and you enjoyed that part.
That's okay.
I'm just trying to save the film. I just want people to go, oh yeah, this was. It's not gonna get a good rating. It's not
gonna happen.
I don't.
So his whole argument during this conversation, when she's just trying to make small talk, is Hollywood is about death. I really like movies. all bets are off in a trilogy, and I'm going to tell you all these things real close to your face. Now, if any of those things had happened to me, any one of them, given everything that's transpired, I would call a different police and be like, there he is.
Yeah. So yeah, he fucking talks. He talks in movie stuff, and as does the killer on the phone.
Exactly.
That was
he's got fucking books about movies all over his desk.
Yeah.
He's like, I've seen some fucking shit. Obviously, I'm no stranger to murdering.
At some point, he shows up later and just says like, "Whoa, movie thing," and you're like, and it was like directly after on the phone, the killer was like, "Movie thing."
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was. We'll get to it.
It's fine.
So they're driving back from hearing this terrible thing.
That's right.
They're driving back and they get a call from who they assume is Sid.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Hey, just got a call from the producer."
Yeah, Milton and Roman, one of the two.
Yeah, he's got a call from Milton, and he's got something. He said he's got some fun news about my mom. I gotta hear, so I'm gonna go hear that.
How about this? We can tell you all of it because we just did. Let's skip the meeting. I'll spare you the details that you probably don't want. She was in some movies.
I think I'd rather hear it from an old white man who was there and did it.
Here's my problem with this phone call. This phone call is obviously not Sidney. You know why? Because she interrupts everyone who speaks. Sidney's character, her personality in this movie has never been an impolite bitch. But Dewey's like, wait a second, Sidney, we have some things. Thanks! Hang up.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm suspicious. How about this? Number 2, they get to the fucking house that they're supposed to meet her at. The first thing out of anybody's mouth is Roman saying, Sidney, oh, I'd never invite her here. Leave! Leave! She's not coming. She's not coming.
You know what I do in that situation? Oh, you're going to the unwanted sex house? Yeah. Yeah, we're on our way. And then I go, oh, her car's not here. I'll wait outside.
Yeah, sure. That's also
I'm
great.
just going to wait right here and
That's
catch her
also
before she
great.
goes in.
I would never invite Sidney to this house. Hey, man, you remember how a bunch of people were getting phone calls that were modulated to sound like other people? And some folks have actually been booked and processed as a result, as suspects. And also, some people have been killed.
What? Really?
Yeah. So
What?
I'm just wondering if this call from Sidney that was unusual to begin with, if that could be the same thing, given that nobody here knows she's coming.
No. That would never. It happens to everybody but me.
Okay.
That would never happen to me.
Well, I just wanted to do my due diligence because otherwise it would be retarded for the two of us to stay here tonight for hours.
Look, it's the year 2020. Technology is not that great. I think I would know if I was talking to a robot voice.
Sounds like Robin Williams. Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Not so much. I didn't really care for the what was that movie AI? Ugh, didn't like that one.
No, that's, I mean,
I like the robots to be friendly and Robin
how come
Williams.
everything Haley Joel Osment was in before age 17 was sad?
Well, look at him.
He is.
I'm pretty sure he was in Pay It Forward and he gets stabbed, didn't he?
Yeah, well, and you know, he's a kid who sees dead people in The Sixth Sense, and in AI, he's just an orphan in a junkyard.
Good.
Yep.
Well, here we are.
Now that we've gotten no answer as to where Sidney is or who placed that phone call, I guess we'll traipse around the house for a while.
Yeah,
Because Roman's drunk and I'm kind of annoyed.
Yeah, Roman goes,
I really want to get my dick wet.
there's a lot of secret rooms for fucking around here. And
You want to see some? Just Parker Posey and no one else?
we're in this old man's house and he likes to fuck, I heard. And he's got secret rooms for screenings and they used to fuck girls in there.
And they weren't happy about it. I need to make that extremely clear.
And
Because he did.
Well, I mean, it should be obvious in the way that the rooms are secret.
Yeah.
No secret sex room is good. It's you want a very like this is the sex room. It's okay.
You want that labeled.
Yeah. Look at everybody. See.
Yeah.
Everything is good in here.
You don't want
Everything's
some
kosher.
fucking people under the stairs experience where you just open a closet door and there's a gimp in there suddenly.
Yeah. No, yeah, you don't want to open a door and just see a person-sized cage that's open.
I would love some. Yeah, it's open and the room's empty.
It's out. Yeah, hey, we need an excuse to split up. Let's go find the fuck room, guys.
All right.
I'm me, the director. I'm going to take this young lady to the basement.
I bet the fuck room's in the basement.
You two go somewhere the far else.
Yeah, because it's a non-consent fuck room, and so it should be hidden in a basement.
Yeah, you two elsewhere. Me, basement. Fuck room, we'll find it.
Fake Gale goes, I don't like basements. And he's just like, oh, fuck you, bitch, I'm going. He just goes anyway. Now,
he wants to get in that fuck room.
What a fucking horribly underutilized piece of this movie.
You mean the awful basement?
I mean the awesome basement. Every single monster from every horror movie this guy's ever done is in this basement. There's all kinds of horror set pieces. Earlier in the movie, you're fucking around with rubber knives for 30 seconds. You couldn't have brought that energy to like a fucking creature from the Black Lagoon lurching around or something.
Yeah, it could have tipped over, you know?
Instead, no. He just looks at a coffin and we cut away to something else.
It's good.
Rad.
Yep. Well, there was enough scares, Jay.
Oh, yeah?
They have a per capita they have to hit, and they're well over.
Also,
it's 2 per movie.
You sit there and tell me that it would take you more than 5 seconds in that basement to know that it's not the fuck basement? Who's fucking in there?
The boogeyman?
Yeah! Who's fucking in the fucking Ed and Lorraine Warren back room?
The one where they keep Annabelle.
Yes!
Oh my God.
I hope not in there. No wonder she's pissed.
Oh, fuck. That's exactly what... Yeah, they spend very little time in that basement.
Enough time for fucking someone to be killed in the coffin. Again, I use air quotes.
Whoa, come on. That's the ending you just... Don't you spoil this.
Oh, I don't want to
so, yeah, they just... This fucking basement. There's a coffin. There's a thing in there. We cut away. That's that.
We cut away to Gale and Dewey just exploring closets.
Having one coherent thought together. Hey, let's use caller ID to see who called us here. Okay.
Why didn't you do that when you
Let's call them back. Oh, yeah, let's call them back. I hear a phone. Oh, look, it's the next to the voice modulator and the knife. Like, Jesus Christ. Look at your phone when somebody calls. You have caller ID. Did it say Sidney Prescott when she called you? On your caller ID! They didn't even use redial, Jay. Oh they didn't even use redial.
You know they have it because she uses it later.
They used caller ID and went back to see who called.
This movie hurts my feelings.
It really does.
You know, because you have such like a strong jumping off point.
The
second one from memory wasn't even bad. New area, a little bit newer motivation for murders, but still murders. Lots of them too. Like an unfinished business type theme. This one was made just to make it.
This was like, well, Scooby-Doo is still going. We got to do adult Scooby-Doo.
Fuck.
So fucking, yes. Just when you thought the groups weren't split up enough.
Yeah.
Well, this is upsetting. Here, Courtney, take my gun. I'm going to go find the director and the lady he's likely putting it in.
Yeah, because, yeah.
Why else? No, I don't know. Somebody goes in the basement. I forget who finds who. But
yeah, somebody does. You know who it is? Is motherfucking Courtney. It's Courtney fucking Cox goes right down into the basement. Now, I gotta remember the chronology here because one of them finds fucking Roman's body in the icebox, and then one of them gets one's at the top of the stairs and one's at the bottom. So it's Courtney Cox that finds him.
Yeah, Courtney finds him and she like backs up into a curtain where the girl is just like hiding behind and spooks her for no reason.
Yeah, for no good reason at all.
How long was he laying there pretending to be dead? Like, do you not see him?
Such a long time, probably.
He's just holding his breath.
Oh my God. Yeah, because that means that she was just hiding in the basement until somebody else found them. That's fucking funny.
But he didn't plan for that.
No.
I mean, he's dead, of course.
Just a quick throwaway here. Angelina gets stabbed, and that's really just the end of it. Angelina it says she's leaving. She literally says, which she's correct, it's crazy to still be here.
Oh, yeah, she says something along the lines of, I didn't fuck the director to die here with second-rate actors like you.
Yeah, thanks.
But smart.
Remember how you won a talent show to get the part? Remember how it's established that she won a talent show to get the part?
Then why did she fuck the director?
It's a great question. Do one or the other, not both.
Jesus Christ. Is everybody fucking the director?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then fucking, she gets stabbed just like that.
Yep. She runs off, gets stabbed, and then Courtney Cox and...
This all happens before they find him in the basement, by the way.
Oh, does it? Okay,
yeah.
Well then...
Also, the black guy dies before that, too. He's upstairs, he gets chucked off the fucking balcony, and that's it. I think he had 3 lines in the movie.
You know what? I think he might have had the best death in the movie because it starts with just the rug being yanked out from under him.
Yeah.
And he goes ass over tea kettle, lands on his neck.
What did I...
Just the best rug pull I've ever seen.
Houdini rugged straight to the dome, freestyling, is what I wrote. Freestyling.
What a beautiful way to put that.
He does a head spin.
Rock the microphone. Bump, bump.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then, the revolving Scooby-Doo wine cellar thing. And that's when, I'm pretty sure that's where fucking fake Gale disappears to.
Yep.
In essentially a trapped wall.
Yeah, she, you never really see down secret tunnels. You know, you never get to see what they look like. This movie shows you what's behind the painting. She like runs through this, and then all of a sudden, there's Ghostface. He's also in there.
Yeah, boo. How'd he get in there? Who knows? Whoever knows?
So then we come to
how'd he get from the basement to that room faster than people running up there?
Mm-hmm. Well, we come to the spank room.
Yes.
The room in which, obviously, somebody's been spanking.
Somebody is, various degrees of it as well.
No private residence has a one-way mirror.
In the bedroom?
And, like, one side of it's not glazed.
Yeah. Pissed me off that, she's banging on these mirrors because fucking Dewey and Gale are in the room, and they're not shaking until they do.
Yeah.
They go a real long time of her banging with all of the same force, and them not shaking at all, until it was convenient for Dewey to notice that they were shaking, because they were about to leave the room.
Yeah.
They could have ran in, seen the shaking mirror, started shooting out the glass immediately. 10-second scene.
Yes, she probably would have been saved.
But now we'll just drum up some unnecessary suspense instead. It's all good.
Yeah, it only takes Ghostface forever to walk right behind her the whole time.
Yep. I also want to say, she gets stabbed. It would have been funnier if Dewey shot through the glass and just blasted her away.
It would have.
I would have preferred that.
That might have righted some wrongs in this film. So, Dewey shoots out all the windows. We don't see the killer escape, but the killer gets her.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely has enough time to stab her in the time it takes him to shoot all the windows. And then escape magically, having his escape route obviously shown.
This is all correct.
Revealed.
This is all correct.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. At this point, I'm not really sure what happens until... fucking Courtney Cox and Dewey's at the top of a flight of stairs, all right? And Ghostface is at the bottom.
Yeah, Ghostface grabs Courtney and she like kicks off the wall and they both go
down. They fall down the stairs. Yeah, see, I missed that part because I was writing.
And like Ghostface is knocked the fuck out. He's like just stabbing around like he's got brain damage.
That does happen.
And then so the
one
time these two motherfuckers, sorry, I guess this would be the second time these motherfuckers have one coherent thought.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney's calling him because fucking
he's on the stairs blocking her way up.
He's unconscious.
Yeah.
She's smart. She's not going to try and step over him. She calls Dewey. She's like, hey, we're downstairs. Ghostface is here unconscious. And Dewey's like, well, how do I know that this is you? And then she's like, well, how do you know? Because I'm a bitch. And
I don't know if you forgot.
She just says some bitchy shit. He's
Yeah,
like,
she does.
You're right. That is you.
Yeah. Oh, I was reminded of your personality by you having it.
No voice modulator could fake that amount of bitchiness.
So that, just the act of existing makes Ghostface wake up and whip that knife at Dewey, and he gets hilted in the fucking forehead.
Oh, I would have preferred the other, but I mean, you have to keep him alive to the end.
Yeah.
How else
Should've
could the
just-
ending happen?
Just had him die. So he falls to the bottom of the stairs, and now I started this, so I need to say it. Why would Gale rush into harm's way when the killer hasn't moved from the same spot he threw the knife? She just crouches directly under him, like he's not there for the drama. Because Dewey's at the bottom of the stairs, right? Killer's just chucked the knife, and Gale goes, "Oh, Dewey." All he is unconscious. That's it.
Yeah,
And so she just presents her back and ass.
Yeah, she
right
throws
to the
himself
killer.
on top of him.
Right to the killer who's still standing there, because why would he leave?
That is, yeah.
Okay? Now, let's cut back to the precinct where Sidney has been left alone.
No.
No, you don't wanna?
Let's not gloss over the fact that not only does he have one knife, he's got a second knife.
Good, you want more than one.
And he's
One's gonna get lodged in a skull, man.
it just kind of slides out of his sleeve. He
Yeah.
just has it in his hand.
That's fine.
All right, now we're at the
It's like
precinct.
Jessica Biel in fucking Blade Trinity when she's got the two blades that just fucking shoot out from her wrist like Spider-Man, but with metal.
Oh, I didn't.
That's great. She has them.
Okay, sure.
They're made of silver for vampires.
Oh, good. That's what you want in Underworld because they're all werewolves.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, two different movies. It's all good. Sydney's now just been left alone by the detective at the precinct in the room with all the confidential investigative files that she now begins to rifle through, even though people can see in at what she's doing and nobody's stopping her.
Who cares?
Yeah, no, it
Go
doesn't
for it,
matter.
girl.
Okay.
Get it. It's your day.
She gets a fucking phone call from Ghostface, who's like, I got your friends, which is why they were kept alive, so that they could be kidnapped for no reason. For some reason, though, and somehow, two detectives, so she's hiding in a back room to have a private conversation here. Mm-hmm. There's two detectives right outside looking for Patrick Dempsey, and they go, "Well, he just left, I think." And then she screams into the phone, "Where?" You're telling me nobody heard that fucking shit?
No.
Nobody saw you slink into a back room with a police officer's phone?
No. Conveniently. It might have been her phone.
I don't care!
It's less suspicious, Jay. She's taking a private call.
Ooh.
So she agrees to go meet Ghostface, but not before stealing a policeman's gun.
How'd she know where that gun was?
She fished around for it in a drawer. You know every policeman keeps a gun in their drawer. Every policeman's drawer has a gun in it.
First of all, felonious crime. Secondly, convenient. Convenient and nothing else.
No lock on the guns have locks.
Guns have cases.
Locks go on the trigger so that people can't steal your gun. I mean, they can steal it. It's useless.
Ugh.
I know. We're almost there. We're getting there. We're just biting that pillow here.
So here's what we do. The climax of this movie is I have Gale and Dewey tied to chairs. Guess where I am? That's right. I'm in the house. Come meet me.
You know where the house is. You've not been there before, but you know.
Ghostface has just admitted to his location.
Give
over
her
the phone.
Exact address, apparently.
And it is not where she is. She is in a police station.
Yeah.
Bring some!
Oh.
Bring some with you!
Yeah. Nah. They're all busy.
Call the fucking guy! What?
Cops are always busy.
Holy, that as evidenced by the fact that in the background of all these shots, they're just like throwing papers around. Like one guy's got like an angry stack, and he's just doing this over his fucking head.
That every precinct has that room where it's just cops.
The phone's
angrily
ringing constantly, and it's I can't. You give me the Lewiston files right now.
Whenever you call the police, that's the room you connect to as well,
Yeah.
and it's like somebody like, okay, we'll be on the way. after we're done waving papers in the air angrily. We've got a lot of paperwork to get through.
All
the police are busy.
Wait for us to secure these permits. I'll solve your murder right after I can get the policeman's barbecue greenlit for the park next week.
We got to close down 2 streets for a parade. You think that kind of paperwork fills its fucking self out, you bitch? I'll come pick your dead husband up off the ground once he jumps.
Once in my life, I want to say that to somebody. Holy shit. That may be one of the funniest things you've ever said.
I wish I was a real cop.
You'd be the best cop, dude.
Oh, I would, because crime would be rampant. I'd be like, I don't fucking care. I have a gun. I'm protecting me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I don't know why she didn't be like, hey, everybody, listen.
The killer that we're all trying to find, he actually just told me exactly where he is, and he's staying there until I show up. So, if you just wanted to, follow me, because I know. No, nothing. We go alone.
Yeah, and we tell no one where we're going. Just like you're supposed to do when you're safe. So, yeah, she shows up to this fucking Scooby-Doo villain mansion. There's no other way to describe it.
It is.
And she gets a phone call. And she's like, hey, what's up? It's me, Ghostface. How you doing? It's me. I'm going to need you to pick up that metal detector right there.
That I put right there because I knew which way you'd be coming into the house.
Yeah. I know you have a gun, bitch. Beep it.
That's probably a safe assumption.
So she does it on like half her body. It's like, no, the whole body.
Mm-hmm. Other leg.
And that's when he finds the gun. Makes her throw it in the water.
That's right.
So where does she get the other gun from?
The part of her body that she didn't metal detect.
Ghostface is really half-assing at this film.
Either that or so is Wes Craven.
No, the whole body. The whole body. Sidney, the whole... Fine. That's good enough, whatever.
I got things to do in the morning. I don't want to be awake later than I need to.
You got some tight-ass shoes, high heels. There's no gun there.
There can't be.
Anyway.
No, I noticed that as well.
Thank you for noticing.
Yep.
I worked really hard on it. So yeah, reveals that she has this gun. She makes him throw it in the water where it becomes useless.
That's right. It doesn't, but that's fine.
Yeah. And we don't get to know she has another gun. Mm-hmm. So you listening at home, you don't know that.
You don't know that Roman's the killer.
Whoa! And Sidney's got a gun.
Yep.
Anyway,
I wrote
don't
almost literally nothing for this entire shit because who cares about anything that's happening? Mm-hmm. Dewey and Gale are trying not at all to free themselves from the restraints that they're in, even though later on they could just fucking snap right out of it easily, like it was made of toilet paper. The fucking ropes they were using to tie them up. I didn't write anything until fucking his name's Kincaid. Till the homicide cop just shows up magically.
Right, yeah, so Sid pulls out her second gun and shoots Ghostface. By the way, he's got a red knife.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
We're just going to ignore what Randy said on the tape.
Yeah.
And also, we're just going to ignore the fact that Dewey already shot him 5 times and it did nothing.
Yep, we're going to ignore that. She wasn't there to see
Doesn't matter. Let her know.
Yeah.
Hey, aim for the head. It's like a zombie.
The killer, I think at some point, uses some movie film language.
Yeah.
And then this is where the fucking police guy comes in. He's like, hey, I wasn't just here. And I think he says the phrase like, third...
Oh, trilogy, something.
Yeah, I don't know. He says some movie lingo. I'm not going to sit here. You don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. You don't care if I say it correctly. You just go watch the fucking movie if you want exact quotes.
You're not here for exact anything.
I'm just trying my best, trying to read what I scribbled down while I didn't bother to pause the movie at any point after this. So, yeah, the cop shows up and he's like, hey, it's not me. You can put your gun down. Which is a very trustworthy thing to say while you yourself are holding a gun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always when I have a gun pointed at me, I like to lower mine.
Yeah, it makes me feel real good.
Yeah.
Knowing that all my defenses are aimed at the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It
Doesn't matter, though, because Bip Ghostface.
Yeah.
Gives him a little bump on the noggin there, I think. I'm not 100%.
I think he gets stabbed.
Maybe he gets stabbed. It doesn't fucking matter.
Somehow Sidney gets knocked out.
Yeah, she gets backhanded in the face. That I do remember.
Okay, well, I guess. I don't know.
You know?
There's a tussle. And,
there's a brief tussle.
And then Sidney misses one gunshot and runs.
Yeah.
That's the tussle.
Runs through this fucking false door wall having-ass house into this fucking mystery machine-ass back theater that she just rips all the books off of the shelf. This is important to note. Before she finds the one that you actually pull to open it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes in there and he's fucking already in there. And he's already in there as mom again. How'd he get in there? Number 1. Number 2. How'd you get her mom's voice on the modulator?
Number 3. How did Courtney Cox and David Arquette have such a hard time finding the lever when she already pulled all the goddamn books off the shelf?
You took the words right out of my fat fucking mouth. That's literally what I was going to say next. They do the same thing she did with the same books. Who put them back? Ghostface?
I'm gonna toss this out at you. How come they're like, hey, Sidney, are you... This is the fucking bookshelf.
It's a...
Yeah,
how do they know? How do they know?
Bookshelf. How did Sidney fucking know too?
How do they know it's a corridor? She sees light underneath.
Okay, that's right.
But I don't know that they do. I think they just follow the trail of destruction.
Where was David Arquette's plan going when he was like, well, hold on a second, and he gets tweezers and just jams them in an outlet and electrocutes himself?
Well, probably what he wanted to do was get out of this movie forever.
That's what I was thinking.
By dying.
Here, hold on a second. I've got something. You're on your own, bitch.
Yeah. How come they have to go around to another door anyway?
How come?
To get into the room.
How come?
Oh, you know how come. It's so that this James Bond villain of a Ghostface can walk in a circle while he explains his entire motive, because we would have no indication as to what it could possibly be at all before the very end of the movie, which is that they're actually siblings and he's a rape baby. You know how much consequence that motive has to this movie? About as much melanin as I have in my skin, weight the other way around, because I actually have a lot.
Thanks for not making that your 2 sentences or less.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to spoil the whole thing.
Well, that's it.
That's the fucking movie, guys.
That's basically it. It ends when Dewey
saves the day.
Dewey saves the day.
They run around to a different door altogether.
And Dewey unloads.
He does.
So many bullets. Well, it's
a 6-shooter, guys.
He's got the policeman's gun. The policeman is like, here, take my gun. Go get him.
I think that might also be a revolver.
No, it was a.
Oh, the tiny pistol. Okay. Yeah.
No, it was a big one. He had a big pistol.
All right.
He's like, here, take this, go get him, because they go to save him. They're like,
I remember the tiny pistol, but I think that was Sidney's.
I think he had one of each, because I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just like, here,
backup.
Go get him anyway.
Yeah, fine.
They try to save his life, and he's like, nah, go shoot the man. Yep. I don't need to live. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be in the 4th one. So they can run in and they just fucking start shooting him. I think I really didn't care.
I wrote big long extrapolation before Sidney tries to Colonel Mustard Roman in the parlor with the candlestick.
Well,
how's that?
Well, I think what did wait? No, the cop comes back and
he does, yeah.
And he's got that tiny gun. What the fuck?
No, I wrote that, and I remember that part because I have a really big problem in movies with people who enter rooms gun hand first. So you crack the door open, and the first thing that somebody sees is a gun in a hand. I'm taking the hand off.
Oh yeah,
save that for last.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. Well, why wouldn't I stab you right in the hand?
Just so you know, a threat's coming in.
Hoo-hoo, I hope you're not standing in one spot. I have 2 shots to get you.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I don't know where they get this fucking gun from.
I want to say maybe Roman has one because he either grabs the cops or has one of his own, because he blasts Sidney in the stomach, and then he does have one of his. He grabs the cops because I think he like blasts the cop with a chair or something when he comes in. Yeah, he does.
And then Sidney finds his knife and he's like, "You looking for something?" He's like, "No,
I found something."
Yeah.
So it might just be the cop's gun. Either way, the reason I am sitting like this,
and you look like you're having a bad time,
is because Roman shoots Sidney in the stomach, and then he shoots her in the head from point blank range.
Yeah, she does get shot. She certainly gets a couple bullets in her, but it's okay.
And then she gets up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she goes behind the bar and distracting as an attempt to distract. In this point, she's still laying down, so you think maybe she's legitimately injured, but at the same time, how are you moving when you were just shot in the head at point blank? Is he really that bad of a shot? Well, as it turns out, Matt, yes.
He has to be.
We can't have Nev Campbell die in a Scream movie.
There cannot be another answer. He has to be a bad shot.
Also, why aren't you checking to make sure you hit her then?
Why?
Gives her enough time to grab a fucking martini stirrer from the bar.
Something.
That's what it is. Place a star 6-9 phone call, which you should have fucking done like 3 hours ago, because it would have told you where Roman was. And in distracting him, stabs him in the back a bunch of times. That's not enough either, so Dewey has to shoot him a bunch more times. And then somebody goes in the head, man. Like, learn. Fuck.
You've put 5 bullets in him, and he's basically just stumbling and dancing around.
Yeah, screaming a lot and not really advancing at his attackers at all.
Yeah, try putting one in the noggin.
Yeah.
See what happens.
And suddenly that, out of nowhere, suddenly a headshot in this movie works.
Finally.
Yeah, great.
Finally.
Now
we're at Sidney's house, and that's where everybody lives now. Did you know?
Yeah, everybody lives
all
there.
Moved in with Sidney.
And also, Dewey. Hey, Gail. You be Gail, I'll be Dewey.
Okay, I'm Gail. Fuck you! I'm a bitch! I say bitchy things with a bitchy-looking face. All right, I'm in character.
That's a good method. Now, I know that you're a bitch, and...
I am one.
And you've snubbed me many times.
And I'll do it again.
And you likely will do it again, and I know this, and I'll say it out loud as well to you, because it's an inarguable fact that we're incompatible as partners.
Did you leave the car unlocked?
Maybe. I'm a fucking retard,
Jesus.
so I could very well have. Also, your
Gail
keys
the
might
bitch.
be in a sewer grate.
Oh my god.
And I forgot your birthday.
Oh. Well, that's a good reason to be a bitch.
So all of these things, and the fact that you're almost insufferable in your day-to-day life, have brought me to the conclusion that we must be married. Let's go against all of my gut and intuition about this pairing, and yours as well, and be together so that we can roll the happy Homeward Bound song for the credits.
That sounds nice. My name's
Cool.
Gail.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was some good improv there.
Yeah, that was.
That's what happens in this fucking movie, guys. And then fucking some theme song from a fucking upbeat movie where animals talk while Sidney is walking up the same dirt road with her dumb dog named Cherokee, which is cultural appropriation.
That's the end of the film.
That's it.
That's where it ends.
Merry Christmas. What, did you want things to be resolved? Oh, also, Patrick Dempsey is alive. His arm just hurts.
Yes.
That's it, though.
Yeah, she goes inside and they're like, we're watching a movie. What kind? You'll have to see.
Okay.
No, what kind?
I'm good. I don't want to watch it, number one. Number two, she looks back and she left the door open, and then she just leaves it open. Like, as if a killer hasn't come back 2 times. Every time you think it's done, it's not.
Well, that they're just setting you up for a 4th one now.
That she's not even in?
Yes.
I need to go into my book now, and after this conversation that I feel was very productive, I need to adjust my score.
All right. Let me get you. Oh, here's a
Perfect.
utensil. It might work, it might not. This is a house of mystery.
It's going to work for what I need it for, which is to scratch something off of paper. It was a 5. After this discussion, It's a 4. 4 out of 10, guys, for Scream 3.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree. 4 is a great score for this movie. That's exactly what it needs. It's exactly what it deserves. 4.
Fucking movie.
3 would be like, that's okay. There was at least some, you had some funny people in it.
3, yeah, without... See, I struggle to come up with something here.
It's just 4.
Yeah.
Any
4.
more and you're too generous, any less, and it's like, really? I mean...
We're right there.
You had Patrick Warburton in there.
That's true. Yeah, 4 for Dewdrop.
There you go.
3 without Dewdrop.
There you go. All right. Well, that was the film.
Now you're going to tell me that you have, for me to pick from, better ones than that.
Well, look, we've been doing a lot of...
And no, that's what you're going to tell me, and it'll be great.
We've been doing a lot of,
It'll be great when you tell me that.
Doing a lot of, like...
Because that's what's going to happen next.
We've been doing a lot of, like, movies, right? Where you're like, wow, I know this movie.
Okay. You went with movies you had never heard of before.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
I'm continuing that trend.
Okay.
For all of them but one.
Okay. So just a regular week.
And I got 4. I got 4 for you because 2 of these are kind of the same,
Okay.
but they're 2 different movies. I want to do either of them.
I'm ready.
Okay. Threatening phone calls.
It's when a stranger calls.
Having cell phone service could make you a target.
Pulse.
Finding a lost sibling.
That one I don't know. Was I right on the other 2?
You're right for one of them.
I'm right for when a stranger calls.
And puppeteering.
Why?
Because
Why?
like 4 to 5 times this guy's like, hey, you want to play a game? So you're playing somebody else's game.
Oh. Well, that was easy. to
I
figure
know,
out
that's
after
why
you
I said
that.
puppeteering.
Well, I thought you were going to do Puppet Master, and I was like, there's no marionettes in Scream, so I don't understand.
Not in the version you watched.
Oh, fuck.
Mine, they were swinging around. Fucking no knees were moving.
I can't handle Saw right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like if we watch Saw, I'm going to come out of it hating it.
Okay.
Liking it a lot less than I do right now.
All right. So then you've got threatening phone calls.
Yeah.
You've got having cell phone service could make you a target. And finding a lost sibling. You were right about one of them.
Well, I was either right about when a stranger calls, one missed call, or Pulse. All right? It's one of those 3 for 2 of those. So... Damn. It's tough. This is tough for me. We're going to get there, though. It's going to be one of those first 2.
Okay. Okay.
Say them again. I just want to make sure I get them right.
Threatening phone calls.
Yeah.
Having cell phone service could make you a target.
Okay. Threatening phone calls.
I feel like we're on an episode of Who's Wants to Be a Millionaire here.
Hey! Which one was it, though?
Oh, well, I mean, no, I just mean like because I had to say these things so many times. You weren't right.
Oh, great!
Like,
So I lose. It's like the $1,000 one, and I get it wrong because I'm stupid.
well, no, you still win. Like you wanted
Yeah.
threatening phone calls,
Yeah, I
right?
do.
So we're gonna watch The Ring.
Okay. No, I win. That's right.
Yeah.
I do win.
It wasn't. It was almost When a Stranger Calls. It was
Yeah.
almost. What's the other one? Like
One missed call.
Yeah, with the mouth on
Yeah.
the. Yeah. That was gonna be that, but then I was like, wait a minute.
The other one was Pulse,
It was Pulse.
which that's the only one. I can't think of any other ones that have to do with cell signal service, like specifically like that.
That
5G, man, that'll get you. Ask
lots
Elon.
of phone calls in this movie.
Tons.
I had no other choice.
Who was the sibling?
The Sacrament. I think I've tried to fit this one
Oh,
in there before.
shit. Yep, you have. Found footage horror movie about meeting a cult.
That's right.
It ain't bad. Might be boring.
That's pretty good. I mean,
I've seen it, but forever ago.
not for the podcast, but it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. No, I was a fan.
All right. Well,
Fucking The Ring, eh?
We're just
right
doing-
side, fucking inside my fucking wheelhouse now, huh? This is what it's like when I get to win, okay? Welcome to my personal hell. This movie traumatized me for 3 to 4 years of my childhood, and that is not a joke.
I'm excited.
That is for real that happened. I couldn't go to sleep alone for a couple weeks after this movie, and there were residual effects as well. I almost killed a cat.
I'm excited.
By mistake.
I want all these stories and more. Next week on Grindhouse Movie Club.
Grindhouse Movie Club.
Go there, and you know, I don't know. I'm out. I'm spent.
It's like 3.5 hours, man. What do you expect?
Like we really, this has been my whole day. I started this at 10.
Yeah, dude. 8:30 to 8 to 11:30 was me.
Fuck.
If not earlier, but like I said, there were smoke breaks involved. I had to use my brain for something. Like
God.
thought.
Such a rough movie.
Do better next time, buddy.
He's dead.
Oh.